We're all good.
I think we're actually good. We might be. Bucho, did we make it? Chat, did we make it?
Yep.
And we're good to go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Symphony, where you never know if the stream is actually going to launch or not. Symphony Entertainment, Gaming, and Arts is my gaming company that focuses on horror systems, indie games, organic content, and player agency in an attempt to bring a symphonic approach to horror role-playing. Before I continue going, happy Pride, babies. We see you. We love you just the way you are. I am your host, Bridget Jeffries, but this afternoon I will not be serving as your director because we have and I'm saying all three of those letters in capital, the Graham Walmsley, creator of Cthulhu Dark and a handful of other really delicious items, here to run Cthulhu Dark on stream for us. But I'm going to let him do his introductions in just a minute. You guys already know I got all these fun announcements that I need to run through. If you are not aware, for the entire month of June, we are hosting Indie June, a celebration of indie horror game designers. Again, I'm such a fangirl of Graham Walmsley. We have Graham Walmsley here running Cthulhu Dark. Next week, we have Richard Rook running his queer game of disco and cosmic horror, Moonlight on Roseville Beach. Teaser alert, guys. The entire cast is coming in cosplay for this one. Beach summer cosplay. So stay thirsty. That's going to be great. Before we hop into the game, there are two very quick announcements. Symphony does have a Patreon. So if you like this content and you would like to help us create more of it, please consider backing us on Patreon at patreon.com/Symphony Entertainment. There are behind the scenes content, free books. At one point, every backer got a free copy of Pirate Board. There are postcards, there are sneak peeks, and once I get back into the GMing chair, you'll actually be able to email me and have me modify content. So if you want to create an NPC or a scene, or you want to fuck with one of the players, you will have that window where you can touch base with me and I can write that all into the scenario for you. Last update, we are hosting a giveaway. Now, Graham told me something very special has happened about this giveaway. And if you guys see it already in the chat, there's a book and a PDF. But Graham told me there was something else very special about it. So I'm going to tell you how to enter. First, you got to be a follower of the channel. And then you need to enter Bang Dark. That is !Dark, D-A-R-K, for a chance to enter. I'll do the drawing at the end of the stream, per usual. If you can't stick around for the whole stream, thank you for coming for the time that you could. I will hit you up with the Twitch messenger whisper bot thing to let you know that you've won. Graham, quick question. Do you want to tell us what's special about this giveaway now, or do you want to wait until your introduction? You want to do it now? You're so muted.
I can come off mute and tell you now. I'm quite excited about this. So we said before the stream that we could do a hardback book, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's more than a hardback book. This is one of the original leather-bound copies. You see that? It is I love these things. So this is one of the leather-bound copies of Cthulhu Dark. It's a beautiful thing, and yeah, I will post it to whoever wins.
Yeah, I just entered the fucking raffle because I fucking want that. So yeah, there we go. Yeah,
guys,
I didn't because I've got enough copies.
Oh God, I didn't know it came in leather. Oh God, I'm not even gonna feel bad if I win. Okay. Woo.
Hits on two of your interests, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
I'm so glad the winner is announced publicly so they can't say I stole this giveaway because I'm Holy shit, Graham. Thank you. Thank you. You know how hard that book is to get in just regular hardback, and you're giving away a leather copy? Fuck me. Mm-hmm. So without further ado, let us... Oh my God, I'm so excited. Let us unveil this cast. Cast members, please introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, what you do, where people can find you, some of the things that you're working on. You can tell us your favorite color. You can talk about your pets. You can talk about how much you don't like your audio equipment. I don't care. We're here to hear about you. So starting us off, Graham, our director. Hit us, baby.
Hi, I'm Graham Walmsley. I'm probably best. So I'm a game designer. I'm probably best known as the creator of Cthulhu Dark, which we're doing tonight. Dance, but I've done loads of stuff. So I've done loads of weird little games. You can find them. They're Drive-Through RPG, just literally loads of weird little games. Go and look at them. I've written for companies. I've written for Pelgrane Press, for Bully Pulpit Games. I've written for loads of people. What do I want to say? I want to say what I'm working on. So my game at the moment, I'm working on Cosmic Dark, which is weird space horror. Bridget's covering her face because she's played it. It's lovely stuff. It's very weird.
So
It's so bleak, and it's so it's this sort of whole new area of horror I'm loving exploring. And I didn't tell you this before the stream, but I got the first mock-up today of Cthulhu Dark, of Cosmic Dark. So this I know, right? So this is just a mock-up. It's going to take a while to finish, but if you look at that, can you see this?
Holy shit, Graham.
I know. This this arrived literally in the post today, and I was like, well, that's going on the stream. It's a beautiful thing. There's glare, so I can't quite get it right, but there you go.
I can see it. Yes.
Yeah. So this is the art here is by Paul Bourne of Handiwork Games. I adore it. The cover design is by Nic Rosenberg. Nic has mad cover design skills, and she's basically done this sort of zappy thing through the middle. So there's a long way to go with this book. So it's this year, maybe it's next year, but I'm so excited. It's a beautiful thing.
Graham came out here with a poker face. He dropped a leatherette version on us, and then he showed us a mock-up of Cosmic Dark. Oh my God. And Nic's skills are super obnoxious and ridiculous because that gorgeous flyer that's been floating around, Nic also created. Speaking of Nic, let's go ahead and tee you up for introductions, baby. Tell us who you are, where people can find you, the things that you do, and exactly how good you are with graphic design, because damn.
Okay, I'm about to turn my camera off if this continues, so let's, I thought we were on the razzing train, but no, here we go. Hi. I'm Nic Rosenberg. I'm here. I'm hydrated. I'm happy to be both of those things. So happy. I am a contributor to the Ain't Slayed Nobody podcast, which everybody should be checking out because it's fantastic. I do voiceover for the NPCs, and I've also played in some of the games. Check out Blade Runner. Check out what's it? Ministry of Fear. Do all the stuff. What's going on? I'm supposed to take up space. I'm in San Francisco, the Bay Area. It's wonderful. Love it here. So shout out to all my Bay Area friends. And what I'm working on is having a good time here. So that's my primary focus for the next 4 hours.
4 hours,
or
baby.
Whatever.
It's gonna be so good. This is gonna drip. Oh, and Bucho, I'm not teeing you up for shit. You already know what to do around here. You know it better than I do.
So, based on today's revelations, I am so excited you could drown a toddler in my panties. That's where I'm at right now. I'm Bucho. I paint, I write, I DJ. You can find all of those things at my link tree, which is now in the correct bot in the chat.
That's my bad.
I'm not even mad at you.
I know you're
not. I love you so much. Nope, don't even care.
I know.
So you can follow me, stalk me through all of those links. I'm hoping to have, you can probably see that I have a new painting hanging up, but I'm hoping to have a new one that is more Pride-centric for our stream in a couple weeks on the Tabletop Gamers stream. So hopefully you guys will all join us for that. It's going to be a 2-hour sonata, which is going to be, Jesus, that's going to be chaos.
It's going to be so much.
Chaos. Such chaos. That's me.
Amazing. Y'all have no idea how excited I am to jump into this content. Oh, just as an FYI, because I totally just forgot, Graham is running the Miskatonic Shoreside Conservatory, which is the first campaign that I published under Symphony Entertainment as the publisher, which I couldn't do without Graham Walmsley's support and approval. So thank you so much for making this possible, Graham. Versus the campaign, which you guys could watch on Symphony's YouTube channel, Graham is running a one-shot version. We're not using the pre-gen characters in the book. He's changed a bunch of stuff. So we may be, at least Bucho and I may be semi-familiar of what's going on, but we're actually pretty much coming in blind, and I am delighted. Content warnings have been discussed with the cast and crew. The X card is in play. X's can be sent via private message, or you can do them visibly here in Zoom. If you X us, no judgment passed, no questions asked. We will also be using my favorite safety tool, the green, yellow, red traffic light method when needed. I am officially out of your way, Mr. Walmsley. The stage is yours.
That is great. I'm going to talk about Miskatonic Shoreside Conservatory some more because I absolutely love it. Like the first time the book came through my door, I read through it and I was like, this has so many things I'm going to enjoy. So this has become one of my favorite Cthulhu Dark things to run. I'm so excited to run it for you. I'm going to mess with it. I'm going to sort of make it my own, partly to make it fun for you, Bridget. And yeah, there we go. And the other thing you said about characters, right? So we have, just so everyone knows, we have not made characters. So this is right, isn't it, cast? So we've chosen names because we need those for the screen.
Yep.
And so you can see from the screen that, I mean, so it looks as though we're going to be a family, but that is as far as we've got. And we are going to make characters as we go along. I don't think you guys know. I haven't told you how this is going to happen, have I?
No. But we are so ready.
I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be great. Are we ready to start? Are we ready to go in?
Oh, bring it, Daddy. Bring it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we are going straight in. We're going straight into play.
Baby, you're out front and we're following you. Let's do it.
This is good. You are in a motorboat. You're on the sea, and behind you can see the hills of the English Lake District. So they're craggy, they're sort of desolate and dark. But ahead of you can see an island, and you know what this island is. It's just coming into view, but you have been dreaming about this island, probably literally dreaming about this island, because this is Shoreside Conservatory. It's one of the most prestigious art schools in Europe. The people who come out of Shoreside are brilliant. You know them. They are stars in their fields. And a few months ago, all of you went to an audition, and against thousands of people from all around the world, you got in. They chose you. And so you are going to go to the summer school at Shoreside Conservatory, and if you get through, you'll become part of the conservatory, and you will blossom into the artist that you are meant to be. And the boat is getting closer now, so you can see this island. You can see the green, these vast green lawns. There's a fountain in the middle. You can see the student building, this glass thing which leans perilously over the sea. There's an amphitheater built into the shore, coming down to the sea, this ancient looking amphitheater. And the boat gets closer and closer, and then you're there. And the guy piloting the boat, it's just you three on the boat, the guy piloting the boat throws a rope, and the boat moors. And he goes to your baggage, which is at the front of the boat, and he looks at it, and he says, "So, the cello, whose is that?"
Holy
One of you.
shit!
That's mine.
There's your cello, sir.
Thank you.
That is an old cello.
It is. It was passed down from my uncle's side of the family.
It's a beautiful thing. And there's a camera. Whose is that?
Oh, that's mine. Thank you.
That's a weird looking camera.
What does a normal looking camera look like?
I hadn't thought about it like that.
Okay.
And are these vocal scores? Are you a singer?
Yes, those are mine. Thank you so much.
There you go. And all of you get out of the boat, and I'm just making my notes of who took one, because this is going to come back in just a moment. There we go. And you step out of the boat, and the guy gathers in the rope, and the boat begins to drift away. And he looks at you. He gives you one last look, and there's a deep fear in his eyes. And, maybe he's scared for you. Maybe he's scared of you. And then it passes. And he looks at you and he smiles and he says, "Welcome to Miskatonic Shoreside Conservatory." And then I just want you to imagine that the camera is pulling back, and just for a moment we can see the whole island, and we're going to have this sort of swelling cello music. It's this solo cello, but it's sort of filling the air. And we're going to pull back, we see the whole island, and then we're going to cut. And so, Jacob, this is your cello playing, right?
It is.
Let's start fleshing this out. And we can just sort of throw around ideas. This is fine. So what kind of music are we hearing?
I think you would probably hear something along the lines of a guy named Krzysztof Penderecki, who...
Wow.
Do you know who I mean?
I don't actually. Tell me.
Okay, so he is a more modern composer.
Mm-hmm.
He has done songs like "The Threnody of Hiroshima," I believe is the title of it, and it's this very chaotic symphonic.
Yeah.
So this is the kind of stuff that I grew up listening to, like ambient records, different classical. I also like a little heavy metal. So Penderecki is kind of like that really nice middle area where all of that kind of becomes like exactly what I'm looking for.
That's beautiful. And is this fast? Is it like minimalist? Is it atonal?
Yes.
Yay!
Yeah, like it's literally all of that. It's loud, it's quiet, it's beautiful, it's distorted, it's discordant, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's everything.
Weird, slightly otherworldly, strange music you're playing. Is that a good description?
100%.
That is beautiful. I love that. And so let's imagine that the camera is coming down, and we'll see Jacob Nelson. This is you playing the cello, and just set the scene. So we're playing the cello. What are we seeing? I'm really putting you on the spot here, Bucho, but let's do it.
You're good. Yeah, I'm totally into it.
He's into it.
I think what you see is kind of a scrawny man, scrawny kid, teenager. Long-limbed, so his arms really reach around the cello really easily. Long fingers, so the fingering goes very quickly, very easily along the neck. Maybe shoulder-length hair, so when the music crescendos into something chaotic, you can see just this mop of hair just really going into it. Not quite like a headbang with the metal band, but that same kind of energy, that same kind of force coming out of somebody playing the guitar.
And where are we playing? What's that? So we'll just zoom out and we can see where you're playing. Are we indoors, outdoors?
Oh, I think we're definitely outdoors.
Yeah.
This would probably be somewhere near the vicinity of the glass building, the glass domed building. Not at the building, but somewhere in that.
Oh, vicinity. Hey, right. I'm really sorry. Can we actually take this back? And I'd like this to be. We're flashing back a bit, so this is before you have arrived at the conservatory. I should have said that. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah.
No, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I think you would see me in a. This would be a dark, quiet practice room. That I rent, probably like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night when there's fewer people also in the practice space. That's where I would be. That's where this would be happening.
I just want to do a little tiny scene just between the two of them. So, Jessica, you'll have been practicing in another practice room, and I just want you sort of hearing the cello, and the practice rooms are about to close. So can I just hear you knocking, and then I just want you to say, it's time to go.
Yeah. So I've finished early. It's arguable whether or not she really started. She doesn't really like practicing in those rooms, but she will knock on. I'm waiting for his screen to change again so I can see his character's name. What is it? Jacob. Thank you. She will knock on Jacob's door with a soft rap. It's like, hey, it's time to go.
You'll hear the music kind of. Okay.
she's going to open the door and peek her head in and kind of like lean her head on the side of the door frame. You sound good.
Felt good. I'm not mad, but I was in it.
Sorry.
I was in it. Nah, it's all good.
It's better I shut you off than they do, right?
This is true. This is very true.
And that was beautiful. Just a short little scene. And Jessica, when you hear his music, do you like it?
Oh, I love it. It's
genuinely
to the core of her soul. She absolutely loves it. He performs on just this frequency of creativity that she hasn't heard before. And it inspires so much of her own vocal practices that she often wonders, like, if he ever stops playing that cello, will I ever stop singing? Are those two tied together? Like, she's obsessed with that cello. She's obsessed with him playing that cello. She loves it.
And which of you is more talented?
Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's Jacob.
It's definitely Jess. No.
Now, I knew you were going to do this. So no, what Bridget said, let's just take it as a fact. So Jessica, you think that Jacob is more talented. Jacob, yeah, you say that Jess is more talented, but deep down, you know it's you. Is that okay? Can we go with that?
Sure.
Yeah. That's lovely.
This character introduction method is oh God, I'm about to fall out of my chair. Sorry.
Isn't it bad? It's
So
horrible.
good. I love it. I hate you.
And let's just imagine we're going to cut away again, and let's see some of your camera work now, Jocelyn. So what do you work in film, still photography? What do you do?
I think still photography.
Yeah.
And I think she might be in her like black and white phase right now.
Ooh.
I think her like she tends to take photographs of well, I won't limit the subject matter, but like there's always something unsettling about it. Like she tries to go for subject matter that will like subtly make people uncomfortable, either through like something like a little bit off color or a little bit like not gruesome, but just something that will make people not want to stare at it for too long, but will stay with them for a while.
That's beautiful. What kind of thing? Give me an example.
I see, and I should have known that was going to be the question.
No, it's okay. We can make it up.
Oh, no, like okay, so like if she were going to do a landscape photo, there would probably be like a dead animal in it. Like a bit of like a bit of roadkill or something off the side of like a beautiful vista. So things like that, maybe.
I like that. Ooh.
That's beautiful. That's utterly beautiful. How about sometimes do your photographs unsettle you when you see them?
Yes, but yeah. I think that's the goal. Because one of the things I was thinking was with two musical siblings, two talented siblings who are visible when they're producing their art, and for her, she's invisible. When people look at the photographs, they're not perceiving her. So I think that there's something about like, wanting to, she feels just uncomfortable kind of all the time. And I think that she likes feeling unsettled because it's something. It's better than just being nothing off in the corner.
Yeah. And so your art often gets overlooked, right? But is what you do better than what they do?
Objectively or subjectively?
Subjectively.
Subjectively, I think she thinks that her art is better.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you sort of getting in touch with like a deeper reality than...
Yeah, and I think that she thinks that it's easier to make people feel things with music just because there's something just very like, visceral about it, and it's very accessible about it, but to get them through photography, to get them through just still images, that is a harder thing to do.
Yeah, it's almost like cheating, isn't it?
Yeah, with the music.
It's just it's like pulling on heartstrings. Yeah. Let's see that. So we were having you take. Oh, I also like the idea that sometimes you surprise yourself with your photography. Can we do that? So sometimes you take a photograph and you go, "There was a dead animal in that." I love that.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Can we do that?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I love that. Well, let's see a couple of you. So, Jacob, I want you to be by the sea. So this is like a family outing. We haven't talked about the family yet, but this is a family outing, and you've gone to the sea, and we'll have Jocelyn taking. Let's have her taking that landscape photo, and Jacob, can we have you coming in and going? What's that photograph?
So she is taking a picture right now?
Yeah.
What are you doing, Joss? What is this?
Oh, well, it's kind of hard to explain, but you see the cliff face over there, and there's kind of this grandness and bigness to it, and it's beautiful, especially with the light coming in. But then, I don't know if you can see it from here, but there's just a seagull that's kind of, it looks like its neck is askew. It's just on there on the beach. Do you see it? And I don't know, there's something about the contrast of that just strikes me.
I don't see the contrast, and I don't say that out loud, but like I just personally don't see it. Well, that's cool. Okay. Have you gotten any other good shots?
Yeah, always just trying to get whatever. Did you need something?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
I think I'm just gonna.
Yeah. And you're just gonna, and you go back to your photography, and let's leave it on that awkward moment. I adore that. And so you guys are going to go home now. We haven't talked about where home is, and everyone can chip in. So where are we in the world?
Canada.
I was just going to say, I am getting mountains. I am definitely getting like Colorado, Canada, mountains, lake, water, roadkill is something you see all the time. Dead animals is something you see all the time. But enough money to, I love Canada.
Like the Rockies side of, like the westish side. Yeah.
Sure. I'm nodding. I've no idea. My geography is bad. But
I've heard it's very pretty. I'm good with it.
It's very pretty. Yes.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. So we're rural rather than urban. Is that right? I don't mind.
I think it might be nice to be somewhere in between. Like not necessarily an overcrowded metropolis like San Francisco, but maybe something not as tiny as, somewhere unpronounceable.
Unpronounceable.
You're from a small town.
Yeah.
No, that's
that
beautiful.
Works.
Yeah, love that. And we haven't talked about the family. So, is there a mother in the picture? Is there a father? Who do we want?
Can we have like a stage parent, either the mother or the father, just someone who like had a hand in all of the children going into some sort of creative endeavor in kind of maybe like a, I don't know, like a I couldn't do it, so you're going to do it for me kind of vibe.
I think it would feel appropriate for the father to be the one, because I got the cello from our uncle.
From your uncle's side, right?
Yeah. So maybe like that's how they grew up, was being pressured into finding some kind of a skill or a musical hobby or something.
Yeah.
That feels right to me.
Why am I getting recluse vibes from dad, or either some catastrophic event where he doesn't go outside, he doesn't interact with the world, but he's pushing his children out almost vicariously through him? I'm getting that type of vibe. Doesn't mean we have to stick with it, but that's the vibe I'm getting.
That's beautiful. Give me a name for the father. Preferably one that does not begin with J.
Oh, come on.
I don't care. You can give me a J if you want.
That's what he would have done. That's what James would have wanted.
All right, James, your father. That's great. And so the mother is not artistic, right? She's the one who really just that doesn't have that spark in her.
I feel like she was the breadwinner.
I like that.
Yeah.
No, that's beautiful. And give me a name for the mother.
Let's go with Christine, because another J name would just be too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you could see Bridget was on the edge of going, I've got this.
I
name
wanted
in
it
my
so
jar.
bad. You have no idea,
yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
I needed it.
That's beautiful. So Christine, I mean, she said this to you, right? She never had that spark. She seemed almost incapable of singing or anything artistic. Yeah.
But I think she's incredibly supportive of, like, she's the breadwinner and also maybe the glue of the family, because there's probably a little bit of a strained relationship with Dad, based on, you know, just like how aggressively he might be pushing us to creative stuff.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And she did always think that he pushed you too far. Yeah. And I think we went in the direction of the father being written out at some point, right? So did you say that, Bridget? I think the idea that there was some accident abroad. I think you said that.
Yeah, and if I didn't, I'm willing to go with it now. Yeah.
Let's do it. So yeah, he died a couple of years ago, and your mother brought you up. That's great. This is beautiful. Let's keep going with this. So Jessica, let's do you singing now. So we're going to hear you singing. What do you sing?
Dad was training me to sing jazz. I'm good at it. I really am. That's not really what I enjoy, though, but it's what I'm good at. It's what I've been scholastically trained in. So jazz is when I'm performing is what I typically perform. It's not what I want. It's not what I enjoy.
What do you want?
I don't think there's a word for what I want.
No.
I know it when I hear it, and I typically hear it when Jacob is playing.
Oh yeah, but sometimes you kind of you do sing, right?
I do.
What's the stuff you sing for pleasure for yourself? It doesn't have to have a name. It's just what kind of thing.
No, because I can't think of a good name for it. I've tried orchestral, I've tried ethereal, but none of those really feel well. But if the camera is zooming in on Jessica right now, I think it would be wherever Jacob is playing in the house right now. She's out of view, separated by a wall, singing in not a language. It's more or less just like a combination of syllables, trying to match whatever it is that he's able to do on that cello. That's what she loves doing the most.
The word that's coming to me is Bjorkian.
Bjorkian. I don't know what that means, but I'm here for it. Yeah, Bjorkian. Yeah.
No, it's of Bjork.
Oh, it's Bjork. Okay.
Right. Just because she's got that weird kind of eclectic style to her.
I like it.
So Jessica, yeah, deep inside you, Bjork like shouts, right? She kind of sings out. Deep inside you, there's a voice like that sometimes shouts in this, and you sometimes feel notes. There's this little sort of tune that sort of recurs in your head. How do you feel about that voice?
I wish I could bring it out, but Dad wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
He was very particular about everything.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's absolutely beautiful. And then I'm trying to work out whose turn this is to come in. So we haven't had a Jocelyn Jessica scene, have we?
No, not yet. That's the one we're missing.
Yeah. So Jocelyn, you can hear this voice we've just been talking about, and let's have you coming in.
You got me a cue line here.
Oh, do I need you? I need to.
You don't have to, but you.
Oh well, let's do. Are you okay?
We love him.
Are you okay? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Could you hear me?
Yeah. You're not being quiet. You just sounded like you were getting activated.
Activated. That's an interesting word choice coming from you.
I just wanted to check on you. But, if you need your space,
no,
I'll head out.
I think her shoulder slumped because she didn't handle that well. She probably hasn't been handling things well with Jocelyn for some time now. I think she's just.
But that's great.
To the floor.
Let's leave that at that immensely awkward moment. Yeah. Jocelyn, what do you think of that voice that comes out of Jessica?
I think that she thinks it's beautiful in a way, but there's so much resentment tied to her like interactions with her siblings and their talent that has overwhelmed the beauty, and so now it's just kind of, she's convinced herself that she thinks it's a little grating, but I think that deep down she actually really, really loves it.
Well, I mean, say it's grating. Does it kind of, I don't know, does it grab you deep down? Does it?
I think that the grating actually comes from, so her heart loves the music. Her head gets in the way. So the grating is actually her own internal like additions to the like, she can't even follow Dad's instructions. He wanted her to do jazz and she's just running off with this other stuff. And so that's where it's not even her voice at that point. She's getting in her own way.
Yeah. And so we'll leave you and Jessica, maybe like under your voice, just singing those little weird notes that sometimes come out of you. That's beautiful. Very excited by that. And now let's cut back forward. So there you are, standing on the jetty. Here we are in Shoreside Conservatory. It seems very quiet. You are standing on a jetty and you cannot see anyone. And I'm just going to let you guys talk.
Does anyone know where we're supposed to be going?
There's got to be some kind of a building, like an intake building or student registration or something, right?
Well, I guess we should just head up this path. And I think Joss will like collect all her shit.
Yeah. And collect all your shit and move?
No, the way that you've asked that. Yeah, if there's like a clear like path away from the jetty, then I think
you can walk up the jetty. It's quite a long jetty.
Yeah, okay. She'll start moving in the direction of places where buildings might be.
Yeah.
And then the moment you move, Jocelyn, you hear a gunshot very close by. And just instantly, a gunshot very close by, and you know it's in your direction. Instantly, what do you all do?
I mean, I'd go after the nearest sister and try to get them on the ground.
Okay. And let's just leave you kind of, you won't do that, but we'll leave you kind of springing in their direction. Jocelyn?
I think she would also try to hit the deck.
Yeah. Jessica?
Yeah, we all love Jessica, right? Jessica's going to be that one that's going to be turning around trying to figure out where the gunshot is coming from.
Yeah.
You're going to be the one still standing that I'm going to have to pull down to the ground. You're the one I have to go to. Yeah.
Bang.
Because Joss,
that startled
who
me
I think,
where she's looking.
I think Joss is the older sister. Those are the vibes I'm getting. And so like I'm the middle sibling. And so like I'm watching your ass is the deal.
Jessica's the baby. We're good with that.
Yeah.
That's really good. Okay, so Jocelyn, Jacob, you're hitting the deck. Jacob, your instinct is to go for the other two. Jessica, yeah, okay. Jessica's looking around to see what's happening. Is it good time to talk about insight? Let's talk about insight. So, insight in Cthulhu Dark is your insight into the weirdness. Bridget's making a face. It starts at 1. It starts at 1. Every time something happens that shocks you, and you can mean your character or you. Every time something creeps you out, roll the dice, and if you get more than your current insight skill, it will tick up by 1. If it gets up to 6, then you are no longer in this world. Your head is completely somewhere else. You are gone. So, assuming this is a bit of a shock to everyone, give me all an insight roll.
Yeah, Joss ticks up.
Yep.
Jessica's going up as well.
Yeah. Now that's nice. And what really helps me throughout this scenario is don't wait for me to tell you to do insight rolls. Do insight rolls. Just kind of go, that creeps me out. I'm doing an insight roll. That really helps me. So, Jessica, you're looking around for the gunshot, right?
Yeah, are people running? Was somebody hit? Is this a hunting issue? Why are there gunshots?
Yeah. And so the first thing that happens is your vision fills with color, right? It's like, like green and lavender, just just everywhere, and then it floats down, and then and it's confetti, right? And then all the way up the jetty, it goes, and these confetti guns go off, and it's all beautiful and it's lovely.
God damn it.
I'm just doing what it says in the scenario. Literally, it said that in the scenario. So, just doing the scenario.
It's in the module.
And then there are people there. So there's a woman. There's a woman who comes down. She goes, "Hi, Jessica, Jacob, Jocelyn. I'm Rue. I'm so glad to meet you."
Nice to meet you too. I stand up and brush myself off and brush off my sisters.
Stop it. God. I can do that myself.
All right. Are you here to check us in?
I'm here to welcome you. It's so I love your work. Jacob, I was at the audition. I heard your cello.
Thank you. Were you also at their auditions?
I'm at all the auditions. Jocelyn, I loved your I've seen your photographs. There's something about them.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And Jessica, you sing, don't you?
Mm-hmm. What is it about Jocelyn's photos that you like the most?
We don't have to do this right now. Maybe we should be going someplace and getting settled.
Sure. And she does exchange a look as though she saw the thing in your photograph. She was disturbed. She really she saw to the heart of your photographs.
The chip on her shoulder is just too big. She can't.
I'm so glad to meet you all. The sun's getting low. You should. We've got some cars. They're going to take you to your cabin, and you should get settled in. And then tomorrow you start work. We have studios for you.
Oh, that was going to be my next question. I was hoping to get some practice in tonight, but if we got to wait till tomorrow, that's fine too.
If you want to practice in the cabin, just a little light thing, it's great. You want to keep your skills up.
Yeah, I just don't want to annoy anybody. I mean, close quarters can be, a lot.
Yeah. You should get used to it here. We're all artists together.
Are we sharing a cabin, or what is that situation?
You're sharing a cabin. It's a large cabin. You'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm so excited to meet you all.
Thank you so much
for coming down
to welcome us.
And she spreads her arm, and she has a tattoo. She has a tattoo of a semicolon, which is it's a sign of. Actually, chat. Can someone find Project Semicolon and put a link in the chat? And that would be amazing. I would love that. Thank you so much. Cool.
Bait to be on that in like 0.3 seconds.
Yeah. And Project Semicolon, it's about it's about self-harm, and it's about suicide. And I won't say any more than that, but do look it up. And so there you go. You have cars you can get in, and you can go to your cabin.
Is it kind of like a common area and then separate rooms set up, or what's the?
So we can take you straight to the cabin if you like.
Oh, sorry, we can also walk. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So you load your instruments into these two cars. Who's traveling with who?
I mean, I think I would just get into one of the cars, not really thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever one could fit my cello, really.
Jessica, Jocelyn,
for Jocelyn. Whatever one she's riding in, Jessica's going to get in close.
Okay, whichever one Jacob's in, then she's going to the other one.
All right. So we've got Jacob with his cello, and we've got Jessica and Jocelyn, and the cars drive over the island. Bridget, have we got the handout? Can we put that up?
Absolutely, my love. You want the map?
Yeah, let's do the map.
All right, guys. Map is public facing now.
And so
it's fucking pretty.
This is the island, and it takes you from the jetty, and it's just you'll go past that staff building. You'll see just for a moment a fountain, And it's some sort of modern. You can't quite perceive what it is. You'd need to look at it more. It's some sort of modern shapes. You can't quite see it. And then it turns around. You get a glimpse of this student building, the sort of massive glass thing overhanging the sea, and the amphitheater, this very ancient thing by the sea. And then it kind of weaves back into the trees, and it stops outside this cabin, and it's this beautiful pine lodge.
As they were driving along, I think Joss was out the window just taking some photographs of some of the stuff that they were passing by. Okay. Just maybe as a way also of occupying herself so she wouldn't have to engage with Jez.
That's beautiful. What are you photographing?
She might photograph probably not the staff building, maybe the fountain. That might catch her attention a little bit. And she might just start getting some, as they're probably far away from it. But I think that even just as a way of trying to understand like what it is.
Yeah.
So definitely that. And then just some stills of the trees and any of the other, like if there's interesting buildings or people that are kind of walking around, she'd probably get some snaps of them too.
Let's do the fountain. So this is how things work in Cthulhu Dark. So could you give me a roll? So one die if it's within human capabilities. Yes, it is. One die if your specialism is involved. Your specialism is photography. Yes, it is. And you can add your insight roll if you like, if you want to. Your insight die if you want to push yourself. So that's up to you.
I think this is pretty low stakes right now. So I'll just do the 2. You got a 4 and a 2.
Cool. Yeah. And you look at that photograph and you can start making something out about the fountain. So it's like it's showing someone with something having sucked, like you can make out a humanoid figure as though something's being sucked out of them, and these other figures towering over them. And then you sort of look at the photograph, and I'm assuming it's got a little. It's digital, perhaps. You can see a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you could do better. That is a run-of-the-mill photograph.
When the cars stop, she might then, if we're there, she might get out and maybe just start making her way towards the fountain.
Can Jessica hop on her 6 immediately? She would have tried to grab her arm the second, Jocelyn went for the door. And if she can't grab her and keep her in her car, she'd follow after her.
Hey.
What are you doing?
Hey, can we not do this? Can we not be these people here, please?
What people do you want us to be?
Better than what we are right now. We worked so hard to get here. Dad isn't even going to be here to see. I don't want to fight with you the entire summer, Jocelyn.
All right, I'm sorry. It's just weird being here, Just feel a little out of place.
You have a stupid piece of confetti in your hair. Can I pull it out, or are you going to bite me? She smiles.
Yeah, I think you've evoked a lot from Joss. Yeah, fine.
And instead of pulling that lavender confetti out of her hair, she's going to hug her.
Okay, all right. Well, I think that there will be a moment of just, a little bit of awkwardness, and then, this is her sister. They've grown up together, so even through the resentment and all the shit, I think that she does hug her back.
That's beautiful. All right, we're going into the cabin.
Yep.
I mean, go off and see the fountain if you want, but
maybe she would drop some of the stuff off in the cabin first, and then probably head out after that.
Let's leave you dropping stuff off, and we'll do a bit of stuff in the cabin. If you want to do some sort of nighttime photography, I'm down with that. So that's really beautiful.
God.
Hey, Jessica, do you think Jocelyn deserves to be here?
Yeah, have you seen her photography?
And your character believes that deep down.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that question to Rue wasn't bullshit. It wasn't even a half-hearted attempt to connect with Jocelyn. People feel certain things, certain emotions are evoked when people look at Jocelyn's photos, and it's fascinating just to hear how people interact with them. Her photography is an experience.
You can't do that, can you?
No, I can't.
No.
You know what really
jazz
pisses me
singer.
off about her photography though? It's authentic. It's genuine and it's authentic. And I'm
Yeah.
pretending to be a jazz singer.
Yeah, unlike you, right? You're just singing other people's music. Yeah. Cool. Let's go into the the cabin, and it's beautiful, right? So there is this wide cabin. The sun's sort of going down now, so and so you'll see that the sun playing across the waves, because the cabin is, I mean, it faces directly out onto to the sea, very close to the sea, quite uncomfortable. It just fills most of the view. There is a dining area. There's food set out for you. There's there's obviously a kettle. We're in the UK, so there's a kettle so you can make tea, and there is there is food, sort of cold food, nice cold food set out for you to eat. And there are rooms, so you can go to your rooms whenever you want.
Jacob would, before doing anything else, he would take out his cello and tune it. That's kind of if he is in a weird situation, that's kind of his calming method. So like he'll just get to the instrument, tune it, make sure it's like, he'll fiddle with it, check the harmonics, like make sure it's all good, and then he'll put it away. He'll probably nibble a little bit, but he probably won't eat a whole lot.
We should definitely do a roll to tune the cello.
God.
Are we doing insight, or are we doing
It's up to you. One die for you if it's within human capabilities. It is. One if it's his speciality. Yes, it is. Add your insight die if you want. The catch is, if your insight die comes up high, you must make an insight roll.
Okay. Oh boy. 655.
Oh, Daddy, you wanted that roll.
Yeah.
When you tune your cello, there's notes coming out of it that have never come out of it before. And they're shocking in a way. So Jessica, Jocelyn, let's imagine this is happening. Let's imagine you go to your room and do this, Jacob, shall we? But suddenly a note comes out, and you two can barely stop yourself from screaming. Maybe you don't. But these notes come out of the cello, and you slide, you just legato into another series of notes, and it's better and worse than anything you've played. And at that moment, the sea crashes up against the window and just trickles down.
I think I would try to run my bow over that particular note or chord repeatedly to stay in that moment.
Amazing. Try rolling to do it again. Yeah, insight roll. Are we doing an insight roll for that?
Sure.
Do an insight roll.
I'm actually going to
yeah.
take one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that goes up.
Same.
Then I'm going to re-roll all three of them again, because I'm staying within the note. 332.
You can't get it again.
Yeah.
It came once and you can't get it again.
What
It
the
was
hell
there
is
for a
that?
minute. I don't know. I've never I don't know. That was weird. But now that I know it's there, I need to find it again. That was something.
It's a little screechy, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you guys you've heard me do screechy. That's like that's not an abnormal thing to hear, but this was just like a particular like noise that scraped down the chalkboard of your spine. That's what it sounded like. And it just right up the skull.
Well, if you're going to keep finding that, I think I'm going to go wander the grounds a little bit.
Go ahead. I'm not going to do that here in the apartment. I'm going to hold off until I get into the practice space. But yeah, I think that's enough for me tonight.
Jessica feels like an addict. She's sitting in her silence right now because she doesn't quite know what she's supposed to be feeling, because right now she feels like she would do anything to get that sound back. But that sound also horrified her, and she doesn't understand why she would chase something that would scare her that deeply. But she's on this weird silent pendulum swing where she's trying to figure out, what can I do to get him back to that place? Because whatever that is, I want to sit there too.
So describe to me where you are at the moment. Jacob, are you in the kind of big communal area, or have you gone to a bedroom?
No, I would have stayed in the common area.
Yeah.
Like set up in a sitting chair, like a proper sitting chair, to set up the cello just to get it tuned right. Because again, it wasn't so much that I was wanting to play it. I just wanted to tune it. It was just the act of tuning that I was trying to achieve. So
Jessica, sorry.
Now I'm thinking about all the different ways I'm going to have to try different tunings to hopefully find that noise again.
And Jocelyn, we'll come to you sort of walking to find the fountain, because I love that. And Jessica, what are we going to do? And what's Jessica doing now? The moment's kind of passed.
Oh, what does Jessica want to do right now? You know what? Let's get some distance between all of this charge that she's feeling. She's going to unpack, because she's going to be here for a while, because she was accepted to the conservatory for the summer. She's going to unpack. She's going to get everything settled. And I think she's going to lie in bed and see if she can hear that note in her head where she thinks she could vocalize it. And she's just going to keep playing with that through like maybe soft humming until she can get to sleep.
That's beautiful. Oh, you said that you were going to be here a while. Let's roll to see if you really believe that. So, give me a roll. I'm going to roll the failure die against you.
I hate you for this, Graham.
I know.
That the grounds you walk on. That was a 4.
I've got a 5. Now you can always re-roll. So in Cthulhu Dark, you can always re-roll. As long as you add your insight die. Yeah.
Let her suffer.
Because right at the moment, the way things are is you're saying, I'm going to be here a while, but deep down there's a voice going, no, you're not. You are not good enough.
No. They'll be here for a while, though. But maybe that's why she's doing this humming, because if Jacob could, he's getting out in front of her a lot faster than she thought was possible. If he can hit whatever it is that he just hit, if he can hit that note, she has to keep up, or she's going to be on that ferry by herself on the way home, because she is the fraud here, isn't she? That's what we all know, but no one is really articulating out loud.
That's it.
So I lie in bed and I try to hit that note through humming.
You're lying and you're staring at the ceiling, and there's some sort of molding all the way around the top of the ceiling. Now you're a vocalist, right? You see notes, you're going to sing them in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think we should come back to that. Let's do Jocelyn.
Could I have like taken my stuff up to the, I don't know why I'm saying up. I'm picturing a 2-story cabin for some reason. Whatever. Put my stuff in my room and then was heading out, but heard that like tremor in the humming that signifies that like she's getting in her head. Jess is getting in her head. She's gonna start spiraling if we don't like a short circuit this, and just poke her head into Jess's room.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Although if we're doing that, I do want to go a little further with the sort of notes on the wall. So Jessica, yeah, okay. There's notes on the wall.
Thanks, Nick.
What are we doing with the notes on the wall? I feel they're playing in your head.
I mean, you'd have to hear them, right? If somebody went through the trouble of putting notes on the wall, she'd have to hear them. I mean, at least just the first stanza. Is that what that's called? Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a roll.
I don't want to.
I know.
You got this.
No, I don't. It's Graham. None of us got it. She is getting sent home. 1, 2, and a 4. I did risk my insight, so.
Well, so let's hold it there. We can do a reroll in a moment because this is beautiful right at the moment. So at the moment, you are singing well, but you are doing that thing where you kind of you're using your jazz singer voice, right? Mm-hmm. You're singing well, but you could do better. But the funny thing is, these notes that are engraved on this wall, that's that little song that you sing to yourself when you're alone in the practice room, which you thought you made up.
But that's not possible because that's a made up song. I haven't even put it to sheet music yet, so there's no way that could be on the wall.
Note by note, all of it. Feel free to do insight rolls anytime. Yeah.
Jesus. This might be a short game for Bridget, guys, but don't worry. I will be here as your production staff. She failed. And she's more or less like coming up onto her knees on the bed and she's looking because it's not impossible because she's looking at it.
Now, because you're using your jazz singer voice, you can sing better. Do you want to re-roll? Yeah. Give me a re-roll with the insight die.
Bucho is enjoying this way too much. That'd be a 2, 4, and a 6 on the insight.
Beautiful. That's utterly beautiful. Cool. We'll come to this in a moment. So Jocelyn and Jacob, you can hear Jessica doing her jazz singer thing, some weird notes. Some weird notes that maybe you've heard, or Jocelyn, you've heard them in the practice room right before. What does that make you think, or what does that make you do?
I don't know that I'm as insightful as Joss when it comes to Jessica. Like, she recognizes what that lilt in her humming is about to signify for Jess. I think it's just her trying to emulate some of the sounds that I have done because I'm just that idiotic. Like, I assume it's her trying to mimic me. And so there's this kind of, maybe it's like a small knowing smile, like, oh, that's great. Like she's pushing to try and make so that cold. Same sound, and he, like, it's a genuine thing. Like he's legitimately into it. But yeah, like from the outside, it's kind of a dickish thing. Yeah.
Because you're the talented one, right? And it's really cute. She wants to.
She wants to push herself. Right? Yeah, she wants to push herself the way that I'm trying to push myself. And so, I appreciate it's not quite there. I don't know if she's going to be able to make that sound, or if I can even make that sound again. But I appreciate the effort for sure.
Jocelyn, what's going on with you?
If Jocelyn can see Jacob's face and sees that little smile, I think I'm just going to roll my eyes and not even really fully listening to the music, just the quality of the music. So she's not even processing the notes. She's just aware of this, the emotion that is behind the song. And we'll head over to the room, I think.
There's something, when you heard this tune in the practice room before, I can't remember. Did you like it? Did you not like it?
I think, again, she deep down likes it, and there's something reassuring because this is the song that you sing to yourself, right? So there's something. I mean, Big Sister. There's a protective mode I think that she switches into that she hates it. She hates that in herself, and I think that there's something both comforting and familiar and very Jess about it. So there's a love for it there, but again, just overwhelmed by the resentment, and yeah. I think that she wouldn't admit that she likes it.
I think actually that this voice that is coming out of Jessica at the moment, that thing in your photographs where you take a photograph and you kind of want to disturb people. I think you're kind of getting that reaction.
Ooh, in that case, she's digging this new version of it then.
Is she, or is it almost disturbing you too much? But yeah.
I think that she likes to ride that line, but because it's disturbing, I will roll insight. Why not? Just because there's something different. Woo! Okay, short game for me as well. Up to 4. Whee! Good times.
It's your first night. You haven't left the cabin yet. So Jessica, let's do you. So you rolled your 6 while you were singing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you sing this song and you take it to a place it has not been before, and then it reaches this sort of high, sort of portamento, upward gliding note, getting higher and higher. And I think at this moment, Jacob, Jocelyn, where are you? Sorry, Jessica, you're in your room. Jacob, Jocelyn, where are you?
I'm still in the common room, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I'm within arm's reach of the cello. And if I keep hearing the humming, I may go back to the cello and be like, okay, if we're going to be making noise, might as well make some noise.
That's good. So are you accompanying on the cello?
Very much so. Yeah.
Sliding high note. Jacob, the sea is getting rough. It is crashing against the windows. They are rattling. I don't know if that matters to you, but it's happening.
It matters only in so much as it is now feeding my energy into the play. So I like the frenetic chaos of the waves. I like the frenetic chaos of discordant music, and I think the two go beautifully together. So the ocean, her humming, my love of chaos, that's what's happening in my head right now. I am trying to portray that on the strings in a complimentary way, if that is even possible.
Give me a roll. Jocelyn, what are you doing? Where are you is a good question.
I think that she would have been in the common room. Like, after dropping off her stuff, she is trying to head out, but then is stopped by this sound, and like the energy that seems to be kind of building in the cabin between the waves and the music and everything.
Yeah. And the waves are crashing now. You can see a crack run down one of the glass panels.
Oh, shit.
Okay, well, the holy shit.
Yeah.
Hey guys, this seems dangerous. This seems like something that we should get a maintenance person in here for. Look, and she's gonna kind of like try to get Jacob's attention, fully aware that she is absolutely cock blocking this beautiful duet that may have happened.
I gotta tell you, with a 1-2-1, there's no cock blocking happening except on my end.
Well,
yeah, and so you
group
can't
cock block.
you can't mimic it, Jacob. And have you just like lost your entire ability with the cello? Seriously? And that must be what's in your head now. That must be what's in your head. You've arrived here and suddenly you've lost it. You're not as good as you used to be. I mean, you can re-roll if you like.
I could. Yeah, I'm gonna. We got a 5-3-3, and my insight stays right at where it is.
Yeah, a 5 in Cthulhu Dark. You get a little extra piece of information. So yeah, this is beautiful. It's not up to Jessica's level. She is reaching some heights you've never heard before. But there's something about the tone of her voice. But you're playing beautifully, and it's a relief, right? Because before you kind of thought you'd lost it, but this is coming back to you now, and you can remember your mother singing like this. Maybe when you were very young, just an impression that your mother sang to you. Or was it your mother was there, but there was someone else in the room?
I think there was a night where Joss was out with friends, Jess was already in bed, and Mom was at the kitchen table looking through some of Dad's things. And this is what she was humming to herself. I think this is from a memory of hers.
Yeah. You think this is a memory of hers, which is communicating herself to you?
Well, no, I'm hearing her hum this at the dinner table, but I think the song is from her past. And so now it's like kind of becoming a part of our current.
Yeah. She hum it. She tried to hum it, but it was kind of tuneless when she did it. Yeah.
She didn't have the musical skill that Dad did, or that we do.
No. Jessica, you are singing upstairs this high, gliding, rising note. And it's like it's being drawn out of you. It's like it's being pulled. I mean, it's like you can feel your insides and it. I don't know. Is that blood coming out of your mouth?
She could pay a little bit more attention if she weren't so completely dialed into what she's trying to accomplish here, and she doesn't even know what it is she's trying to accomplish. So it's probably blood. That sounds like a problem for later, though, right?
Right. And you just keep on going with that high note. It's becoming a screech now. And let's have you kind of literally vomit blood up against one of the white walls as this note comes out.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's perfect.
And it's still going, this note, even when you're not sure you can stop.
I'm not sure if I want to stop. If Dad could hear me right now, I could convince him that the entire jazz thing was bullshit. This is literally where I'm supposed to be.
So Jacob, Jocelyn, the waves crash up again. The windows smash this time, and there is a gurgling and very dangerous sound coming from Jessica's room.
Jess is over to Jess's room. The window situation is not great, but the Jess situation seems a little pressing too.
Oh, yeah. So Jess has vomited blood up against the wall and is still trying to sing, and this is obviously doing a serious damage. She's probably coughing up some little chunks of flesh at the moment.
Holy shit, Jess! Jacob! I think she calls out to, calls out to the room. Jacob, something's wrong with Jess!
All right, I'm coming up. All right. And I'll put the cello to the side and run upstairs or run to the room.
And Joss is over to Jess, like trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Oh.
She's still trying to sing.
God, Jess, you gotta stop. Honey, you're hurting yourself.
She is at peak performance right now. The best she can do is just try to keep Jocelyn back with just one hand to see if she can at least... She's never held a note this high, this seamlessly before. How far can she go? She has to know.
Jess is gonna give her a nice slap across the face, I think. Jess! Whoopsh! Snap out of it.
I think Jacob has left the room and he's running down the hallway going, this is so cool. This is also so fucking scary. And he's getting wet napkins to wipe the blood off of Jess with. And he's going to run back.
Okay. So as you run downstairs, Jacob, firstly, you're there just to see the sea kind of wash out. So evidently the sea has come in, smashed through the windows, washed in through the living room and is now receding. Also, there is a woman there downstairs and there is a slightly wet dog. Do we have a handout of the dog?
Yes, sir. Slightly wet dog coming up now.
Yeah.
That should be public facing.
And the woman... Oh, love the dog. And the woman, which has just gone from terror to it's a dog.
It's a dog. I mean, my nervous system needed it so bad. I'm so stressed out.
Jacob, and the woman with a tone just like she's going through a procedure she's gone through many times before says, "Where is she?"
Who also could you help? There's a mess here. Like the ocean, like this is not a safe place to be if the ocean is coming through the window. Also, my sister's doing something weird and bleeding from the mouth. It's a whole thing.
So she kind of ignores that speech, unless you particularly want to stop her, and she will, but hearing where the noise is coming from, walk upstairs. The dog trots obediently after her. And Jessica, as you're retching little chunks of flesh now, I think, that the dog trots up to you and just kind of nestles itself against you.
She's been smacked by her sister. She lost that note. She's on her knees. She's retching up blood. And, oh, God, is that part of her Hopefully that's her stomach lining and not her actual esophagus, because if that's part of her throat, she's going to be fucked for the rest of this. And then there's a dog. There's a dog in her face. And there's only really one thing you can do when there's a cute dog in your face. It's to put your bloody face onto the cute dog.
And as you touch the dog, you can feel, the stress and everything going out of you. And suddenly you're relaxed and the moment is gone.
Jess, you okay? It seems like a weird question to ask right now, but
Yeah.
what the hell were you doing?
I don't know. How did the dog get here?
That's a fair question. Did the woman come in the room too?
Oh, she's sort of standing outside looking quite bored.
If I can see her, I think I'll just kind of look at her. Who are you? What are you doing here? Can you help my sister, please? Something's happening with her.
He's helping her. Just wait.
The dog?
She looks at you.
I mean, look, I'm all for emotional support creatures, but I mean, there seems to be something physically...
Leave it. She's fine now. It happens all the time.
I'm going to press into the room and give Joss the wet napkin because she's right next to Jess.
Just incredulous that this woman just snatch the napkin and just start tending to Jessica, kind of wiping around her mouth first, and then maybe just trying to clean up her.
Did you
clean
smack
up her,
me?
You wouldn't stop. You were obviously hurting yourself and not paying attention.
You smacked me.
Sorry. Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm fine. Scruff on this dog's throat. I'm okay.
Is there back to the woman? Is there a medic or something, or a nurse's station or something we could take her to?
That dog's the nurse's station. She's
What?
fine. Riley,
Are you-
come on, Riley, come on. And so she grabs Riley by the fur, and Riley will start to obediently trot away.
Excuse me, this seems absolutely bizarre.
Look.
Don't you have liability issues that you have to contend with? What? She was vomiting blood.
Yeah, well, some students don't make it through.
I think this is the first time in a long time that Joss and Jacob have been 100% on the same fucking page, both physically and mentally. The fuck? How was the dog the nurse's station?
She isn't particularly engaged with this, and unless you physically stop her, we'll just leave.
I think, yeah. Joss looks over at Jake. I mean, she doesn't seem like she wants to help, so.
So I'm going to put furniture in front of the door because that was weird.
And I think the last words you'll hear as she goes down the stairs are, she just repeats it and says, "Some people aren't strong enough. Let's see whether she is."
Excuse me, that is... Okay, now she's gonna start coming up. That's my fucking sister. What do you mean? If she's strong enough. What the hell just happened? You seem not at all concerned by this, so it seems like you said it was a regular thing, so can you please explain what the fuck is going on?
Look, and you're downstairs right now, and so she will turn to you, and she goes, "Look, this is what that place does to you. Some people make it through and some don't. Oh, you can fight it, but you're going to face this too."
Are you saying our lives are in danger by being here?
She doesn't reply to that, but you can see that the look on her face is going, "Yeah. How much do you want this?"
I can't tell if you're threatening me, but you gotta go now, okay? You could just get the fuck out.
She shrugs and goes, and Riley trots after.
back upstairs to Jess. And is Jacob still in the room with Jess?
No, I am now putting furniture in front of the front door so nobody else can come in, come into our fucking cabin.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
No, did you hear me? Sorry, did you hear me? Did you hear it? You heard it, right?
Yeah, Jess. Yeah, we heard you.
Okay.
It was cool, and then you didn't stop, and then it was less cool, and then there was blood, and then there was a strange woman, and so yeah.
Yeah, but you heard it.
Jess, come on. You have to have a bit stronger self-preservation instinct right now, okay?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm really okay.
I would love to hear a medical professional say that. You know what I mean? I love you to death, but that doesn't seem normal, even for you.
I am going to go downstairs and start a pot of tea for you.
Because there's a
And
kettle.
I'm going to see if we've got any honey, which should be good for your throat. This much I know. So I'm going to head back downstairs to start the kettle.
This is beautiful. And shall we leave you sort of slowly returning to your routine? I think this is really lovely. Now, it will be early to have a break, but I also think we need a moment. What are we thinking? Should we go on for half an hour, or should we break now? How long do we break for, Bridget?
I was gonna do either like a 5 or a 10-minute break, so we could break now. I mean, arguably we can do what we want. We could do a 5-minute break and come back and do another 5-minute one in 45 minutes if you wanted to. It's your stream, baby. I'm just here to make it work for you.
think, yeah. I think let's do a 5-minute break now, because apart from anything else, that was pretty intense, and I want you guys to reset a bit. Let's do 5 minutes, and we will come back and continue with the next morning.
Sounds
Amazing.
good.
I think, Bucho, you'll have to double check me. I think I can allegedly put us on the break screen. So, guys, we will be back in about 5 minutes if I'm able to successfully do this. We'll catch you in a bit. Okay, guys, thank you for the break. Our nervous systems have semi-cooled down, and I'm going to get out of the way and hand it directly back over to Graham.
Perfect. I've got a new mug. I don't know if you can read this.
Oh, no.
I saw
Wait.
you post that one up on Facebook. That's
It
hilarious.
says it always gets worse.
It
I
always
love this.
gets worse.
All right. So I want to cut forward to the next morning. And you know how things are after you've slept on things. I mean, maybe you can't even quite remember how you got to bed, but last night seems like a bit of a bad dream, and maybe it was just maybe she didn't say those things. Yeah, blood came out of your mouth, but maybe it wasn't quite as horrific as you thought, and maybe you are still here, you are still artists, and it's still a huge opportunity, and so it's a new day. And so I almost don't want to do you guys. I mean, do you guys want to sort of wake up and have breakfast and chat, or should we? I think we should just start you going out on the campus, because otherwise you'd just be going around having breakfast. It'd be boring. So yeah, okay. So let's pick up, and we'll just imagine you kind of all leave individually in the morning. And can we get that handout again, the map?
Yes, sir. En route now. Should be public facing.
I feel like you would not make breakfast boring. Just for the record. I don't know that would be I don't know that would be possible.
Listen,
what kind of eggs are these?
Right. Let's not do trauma at breakfast, guys. Let's go do it somewhere else.
So cosmic croissants? What?
Croissant is looking at you. So the croissant is not looking at you. Okay. So get it together, Graham. Here we go. Right. So yeah, can we get the handout, and let's sort of look at where we're going to go on the island. So where do we want to go? I tell you what, Jacob, I feel but yeah, you haven't had much of a scene for a while. So where would you like to go this morning?
Well, as we took the boat over, I saw the amphitheater.
Yeah.
And as someone who knows that, I know that I'm good at what I do. I like the music that I play, but I also know that it is abrasive for the majority of people, who may not necessarily listen to a wide range of music. So I'd like to go somewhere that is away from people, to try and maybe not see if I can find the note from the night before, but just to play. And so I would want to go to the amphitheater, because I feel like that would be the scene with the water and a whole stage to be on. Feels like that might be good inspiration for me this afternoon.
Yeah, that sounds beautiful. Oh, so it's afternoon now, is it?
No, morning, okay, afternoon.
Morning.
Yeah.
Well, let's do it. Let's do it in the morning. There's something about sort of going to the amphitheater in the morning. So you walk out, and I mean, this whole place is beautifully landscaped. You could almost walk around and think there was no one else here. You can see other students walking about from time to time, but everyone's focused on their art. And the student cabins are sort of nestled into the woods. So sometimes it does just feel like this big empty island. And you make it to the amphitheater, and yeah, so it's set into sort of hillside going down towards the shore. The rock looks old. I mean, that looks like some, I don't know, your first thought is like Greek or Roman, but maybe that's just because they have amphitheater. I mean, that is very, very old. And they go down towards a stage.
I'm going to head all the way down to the stage.
Yeah. There's something about the stage. You know how stages are tilted towards the audience?
Mm-hmm.
This one's tilted towards the sea.
It's even better.
Yeah.
If there's no audience, then I will make the sea my audience, and I will play to the ocean. Kind of remembering how things went the night before musically. Like, now there's no glass to break, there's nothing to destroy. It's just me and nature, which is funny. I can appreciate nature, but I don't understand it when it's in Joss's pictures. like the context somehow gets lost from me, and I don't understand why. I just like there's a disconnect there.
Mm.
But
That's beautiful.
I appreciate a lot of nature.
Oh, do you want to roll to play your cello?
I would love to.
Oh, good luck, babe.
Absolutely. A 4 and a 6.
Yeah. Okay, so you start playing, and what are you playing?
I think I'm starting with finger plucking. I'm starting
Mhm.
quiet, trying to build a momentum, trying to figure out what notes are going to lead me to a place where I can live for a minute, playing on the strings. So I'm plucking around, and I kind of get a little something, and then there's like another something else, and I'll do that a couple of times, and then kind of get into it. And then when I think I've found something, I'll pick up the bow, and then really get into it.
And you do find something. I mean, this combination of resonances, just from the pizzicato, it is, I don't know, it's touching something in you. It's as though the sea is inspiring you very deeply.
I'm playing and I'm looking at the ocean, but I'm not seeing the ocean. I'm not seeing the land far off on the other side. I think I'm trying to find a memory, and I don't know why. Like, maybe it's not a specific memory, but maybe I'm trying to find the feeling of nostalgia, like that weird warmth that you get when something just feels very familiar and wholesome, that you recall from childhood. That is what I think I'm trying to find at the moment.
So you're playing there, and it is almost as if you're in this timeless place. And you said you weren't watching the sea, but there's this strong feeling the sea's watching you. As though you're vaguely conscious of, something beneath the waves just paying you attention. And you're tapping into memories, and you do tap into something, and it's as though there's someone in your place singing the notes you're playing and finding those resonances, and singing incredibly, incredibly beautifully. And you recognize the voice, and it's your mother.
I think that's going to jar me out of the music. Is her voice playing in perfect harmony with what I'm doing?
Yeah.
And that's doubly weird because she was not good at singing. Yeah, I'm gonna roll. That's a 1.
So yeah, you keep it together for some reason. What's going on in Jacob's head?
I think it's almost like a fake nostalgia. There's a falsity to it because it's his mother who he's got a lot of good memories attached to, but he also knows that it sounds like her voice. It's not her voice. Being a musician, you get to know somebody's kind of particular musical idiosyncrasies. Like maybe they'll do this often, or maybe they'll do this often, or maybe they'll do less of this, but then they'll follow it with this. And none of it is, it's not her. It's clearly not her. And then he'll start playing again, maybe try to drown out the voice.
Okay. Oh, well, I think we have to do roll to drown out the memory of your mother's voice.
Yeah.
using your drown out of the memory of your mother's voice skill.
That's a 566.
Yeah, and you do, right? Talk me through that, Jacob. How do you drown out the memory of your mother's voice?
Oh, Jesus. I think I try to remember one of my more discordant pieces. One I wrote after she and I got into an argument several years back. And I think I just tried to open that up and play the hell out of it to drown out whatever false voice this is of hers.
Yeah.
Like I latch onto the anger in the hopes that the anger will consume whatever this is.
Yeah, you're angry. You're angry at your mother singing?
I wrote the song when I was angry at her. And so I'm trying to tap back into that anger in this current moment.
Oh, you are tapping into that anger. Yeah. And you know when you play this that you are, you have always been the talented one, right?
I have, yeah.
And you are showing that now. Your mother is not the talented one. The other, Jessica, Jocelyn, they're not the talented bit. What the fuck are they even doing there? And these are all the thoughts. I mean, I don't mind if you think these consciously, but these are the thoughts impinging on your head, right? What the fuck are they even doing there? You're the talented one. This is about you.
I think as that thought foments, I will start taking it to heart a little more. And I think the music becomes less discordant, but more confident, a little louder, a little grander, a little bigger in scope. And so it feels like a cacophony of sound going against the waves of the ocean.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Let's go to some other people. So Jocelyn, Jessica, someone, what are you doing? Tell you what, Jocelyn, you had your whole vomiting blood thing last night, Jessica. So Jocelyn, what are you up to?
You've had your vomiting blood moment. Now it's my time for my vomiting blood moment.
Right. It's your turn for trauma.
Yeah, come on, bring it on. Well, first of all, I feel like I should have probably rolled. I think waking up, reflecting on everything that happened, being told, like, yeah, sometimes people aren't strong enough to survive at this music school, a creative school. I would like to roll my insight die, so I'm going to do that. Okay, but maybe in the morning, having had the distance of sleep, she's able to kind of rationalize it a bit more. That was probably a kooky groundskeeper or something. I'm sure that there's some sort of explanation. And then I think the first thing she's going to do is actually check on Jess.
So do you know what I'm going to say back to you when you say you rationalize it?
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Do I have to roll for it?
Yeah,
I think you should roll to rationalize it.
You damn sure should.
I'm going to do the failure die, obviously.
Can I join in on a failure die too?
Oh yeah, roll failure dice. Let's do it.
Family, same team, Bridget.
I'm Team Nick every day, baby. I love the ground you walk on. I hope you fail the shit out of this roll.
Can I bring my insight die into this?
Absolutely.
Nice. Yippee-yo. Well, I got a 1 and a 2.
Okay. I have a 3.
And I have a 4.
Yeah.
Me.
Well, go on, Bridget. I mean, how does she fail?
Nick, I love you. We're going to hold hands and go into the abyss together.
Let's do it.
You're attempting to rationalize everything that happened?
Trying to get some sort of like stability back.
Have you ever been in an apartment that flooded where you can smell like just the saturation and the mold in the water, like that standing water on the floor in the carpet that comes from like when your AC line backs up or there's been a leak but you weren't aware of it? That's what you wake up to.
Yeah.
Only
okay.
The water just came through last night, so there's no reason you should be smelling or experiencing standing water as if this may have happened before again and again and again and again, like that quote unquote kooky groundskeeper articulated. And there's not really a way to get around the fact that you still have blood on your hands, Jess's blood on your hands from last night. You should have washed that off. You thought you washed it off, but maybe you didn't. And then you think, how many people do you know that came to this program but left the program? And those three things are cycling around your senses and your comprehension. And you're not going to rationalize yourself out of this for nothing.
Fair enough. The blood on the hands thing, she's probably having an out damn spot moment. Like just kind of like constantly like, oh, what the hell is this? Yeah, and then I think that she needs to ground herself somehow. Like, this doesn't make any sense. And I don't know how many people she's even heard of that have like graduated or actually left at least the conservatory. So she might go looking for Jess first and then Jacob. But it sounds like Jacob might already be out of the house.
It sounds really good. I almost don't. I want to steer you away from. No, this is great. So I almost want to steer you away from another scene with Jess. So can you say you look in on Jess? She's sleeping. She looks okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd like you to wander off and have your own adventure. To be honest.
So my own adventure surely will end well. Great. Then the fountain. That's where Jocelyn will head.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So you get to the fountain, and it's this sort of, what was it? We had this sort of modernist sculpture, and you can sort of see shapes in it, but you try and look at it, and your eyes slide off it. And there is there is a student there, and he's trying to draw it, and getting very frustrated.
I don't know that she would. She might kind of not hide from this other person, but she might try taking some snaps. You had mentioned something about like figures looking like something was large figures standing over a smaller one where something was being drawn out of their chest. She's trying to find that. She's trying to find the shot of that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, that's fantastic.
What have I done?
And this guy is getting more and more frustrated. I'm just quickly going to do a content warning. There's some self-harm coming up. If that's not your thing, go away for 15 minutes and come back. And this guy he's obviously trying to sketch the fountain. There's kind of torn up pieces all around him, and he's frantically sketching. And you can see sort of marks over. Yeah, specifically what he's doing is he sketches, and then he screws up, and then he hurts himself. And he's repeating that process.
So she's seeing him kind of frustrated. She's trying to do her own thing. The second she clocks the self-harm, I think that she will engage with this human, and maybe even grab he's hurting himself with the pencil.
Yeah, it's like a graphite pencil. Yeah,
she's gonna snatch that out of his hand. What the fuck are you doing?
And I think he almost doesn't resist. He kind of dissolves, and he goes, I can't get it.
Look, sometimes it just doesn't happen in a particular moment. That's not, what are you...
And he just screams, it never happens. For me, it never happens.
Your artistic development happens as it will. Like, everybody's journey is different. There's no reason for this. She's holding the pencil up to him.
I don't know how to tap into it. I don't.
Are there any mental health services on this island? I mean, this isn't good, okay?
It's what they do to us.
Who?
Them, the conservatory. This is what you have to go through to get good.
What are you talking about?
Everyone knows this.
I think we should get you to an adult. She might try to help him up, see if he'll resist standing and just moving away from the fountain.
Yeah. All right. So he will walk with you. And I mean, I don't know, student building, something like that.
Yeah. Which one is closer? Hang on a second. I'm looking at the thing. Oh yeah, that's student building. It's full of glass. Let's go there.
Yeah. That can't go wrong. So, all right. So you walk over to the student building, and and he gradually relaxes, and he talks to you, and his name is Zhang Li, and he, says to you quite honestly, I just feel I'm never going to make it.
I can't speak to that. I don't know anything about you, but I gotta ask, would that be the worst thing in the world?
Mm.
And he looks at you as, yes. Wouldn't it be the worst thing for you?
Look, I want my dreams to come true as much as the next person, but it shouldn't come to this. And it shouldn't be forced on you. This is absolutely absurd.
I understand. You don't want it enough.
Okay. Well, there's the student building, so why don't you go on ahead? I think that he's struck a nerve with Jocelyn, and this wanting it bad enough, and the absolute cavalier way that her sister's health was taken into account. All of this, I think, is now starting to kind of this counts as. Am I unsettled? Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I'll roll insight. This guy sucks. Okay, it didn't go up. I think she'll kind of distance herself from Zhang then.
Yeah. So Zhang is going to. I think he's going to just wander off in the student building. I mean, you can wander around the student building if you like. You can go back to the fountain. I don't mind.
I think now she's curious about this fountain. She will absolutely snap that pencil and kind of drop it on the ground as she's walking away, and then just head back to the fountain.
Okay. There we go. There's there's the fountain again. These sort of humanoid figure. You can now see the sort of humanoid shapes, and yeah,
I think she's gonna sit where Zhang was sitting, and she's gonna try to get the shot that he was trying to get.
Ooh.
You should roll to get that.
Ooh.
Hey, how do I want to put my insight in this? You know what? Let's just do the regular 5.
Yeah. Okay. So you and this is a good shot, right? And you get it, and so what you can see, it's not a brilliant shot, it's a good shot, and so it's not inspired, right? It's good. So you can see that there is a humanoid figure who you would interpret as a student, and almost doing this thing where things are being sucked out of him, and there are these larger amorphous dark shapes looming over him, as though they're kind of sucking this art talent out of him. It's very like what happened to Jessica. It's that kind of everything comes out. But your photograph is really good.
Well, but so the thing is, it's good but not great, and so I think that she might be like, yeah, this is why he wasn't getting it. This is why Zhang wasn't getting it. There's nothing. There's no perspective here. I think she might try to get a shot where, as close as she can, I don't know the scale of this fountain, but as close as she can, from the perspective of the figure that's having the stuff drawn out of them, with the shapes kind of looming overhead. I think that's what she's going to try to get.
Yeah. And so let's treat this as a reroll, right? So include your insight die.
You absolute. How dare you? Okay, well, we'll just call that the insight die. So I got a 5 on my insight, which is the highest one. 3 is the next highest one.
So make an insight roll.
Yeah. All right. Goodness gracious. If you meet it, do you tick up? If I roll what I have as insight, I have a 4. Rolled a 4.
Oh, sorry, I didn't understand that. So, if it equals your insight,
do you go up?
No,
okay.
No, it stays the same. Yeah.
She's right on the edge then.
Yeah. Oh, a 5, you get something else as well, right? So, yeah, I think again for you, there's kind of a memory, and it's a memory of, oh yeah. So there's something about this pose that you can put your mother in the place of this vomiting creature. So for a moment, it's as though, this is your mother with all her talent being sucked out of her. And it's unclear who the shadowy figures are. Maybe your father, maybe just shadowy figures.
There's something about kind of thinking about the way that she knew her mother was as someone who didn't participate in any kind of creative endeavors. And so that feels like a strange thing to have her mind associate. Yeah, and as far as I know, Mom didn't go here, right?
As far as you know. She was never the artistic one.
Yeah, it was Dad. Yeah, I think there's a little chill that goes up her spine. And having said that, I'll go ahead and roll. Okay. Rolled a 1, so bummer.
How does it feel, by the way, getting the shot that guy couldn't get?
I mean, I think that I think she knew she was going to. She knew. Immediately she could tell, like, the composition from where he was sitting was just, like, it was all wrong. It was too vanilla. It was too, like, there was nothing there. And so I think that she's got that little dopamine rush of, like, having solved the puzzle. Yeah, so I think that there's a kind of a pride that happens right then.
Yeah. Yeah.
That momentarily kind of, like, she gets, like, very focused vision. Nothing else for just a second matters, and that's all that she cares about is that feeling of, like,
Yeah, that's beautiful. Let's do a bit with Jessica, shall we? So Jessica, were you asleep when Jocelyn checked in on you, or had you gone?
I like that. I like that she was asleep. She was sleeping in.
Yeah.
Last night was rough.
So I think you wake up and you're alone in the cabin.
Is the blood actually on the wall? Was that a real event?
Yeah. There's something about the early morning light that it just, I don't know. If you've ever been injured, you know that feeling where you look at the injury and you go, yeah, I'm injured. And so there's less emotion attached to it now. So yeah, it happened, but
it's fine.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's fine, but yeah,
that was a yesterday problem. It happened.
Exactly.
Okay. She will shower. She will get dressed. She does want to very quickly write down the notes on the molding all the way around to make sure she has that completely captured. She could take a photo on her phone, but really she wants that tangible sensation of her actually, drawing those notes out.
Yeah.
And here's my reverse question for you, Graham. Do you have a location you would like her to visit, or would you like me to just choose one that we haven't hit yet?
You have a
preference?
That's interesting. Where is the fun stuff? Nobody's been to the studios yet, so someone should go to the studios today. And there's almost more. I mean, the student building has many floors. There's so much fun stuff there. Go where you want.
Oh,
except I'm just giving you some suggestions.
No, I love it. No, listen, don't threaten me with a good time. Next question. Since it's collaborative storytelling, and I feel safe asking you these type of questions. Would you like me to grab somebody to go with me? You want me to grab one of those two to go with me?
Yeah, go by yourself, and someone else can turn up if it looks fun.
I love it. So she is going to head to the studios.
All right. So you're going to go to your studio, right?
I have a studio.
You have a studio, and so you will walk to the studios. Again, they're all kind of built under the tree, so you can't really see them very well. But then you find yourself in this little sort of alley of studios, and Jacob has his own studio. They have your names on it. Jessica has a studio. Joss has a studio, and you have your own studio.
They really spared no expense here, huh? Is there any chance that my studio is next to Jacob's?
Sure.
That makes her happy, especially if they have an adjoining wall. That actually gives her a lot of encouragement. That helps her odds of staying. So yeah, she'll head into her studio.
Yeah. I think the whole place, it's as though it's been designed for you, and it's like a broken jazz club. So if you imagine, you've got the stage, and it looks like almost like a cabaret stage, but it's wrong, and it's it's broken, and the microphone is wrong, and the angles are wrong.
She's half tempted to step out and try to go find an instructor or a member of staff to, like, hey, I don't know what happened to the last student here, but you didn't repair it before I got here. But I think she'll shut the door and she'll head up on stage and just kind of get a better temperature check of exactly what she's working with here.
Yeah, cool. Are you going to sing?
You said this is a broken microphone?
Yeah, I really like that idea, actually. So it's a broken microphone linked up to a broken amplifier.
They wouldn't give her faulty equipment if they... Let's try it.
Yeah.
Let's try it. What's the worst that could happen?
Me wrong.
We're not going to risk our insight on this one yet. We're just going to do the human and the occupation, which was a 6 and a 5.
Okay, and you do, because your voice is broken, right, as well. Your voice is raw.
That wasn't the word choice I would have chosen, but here we are.
I think we've almost got to go where we were going last night, right? So there is, there is this sort of fine mist of blood spurting out as you sing, but you are getting the notes. You are singing that childhood song as you have never sung it before. And as you sing, gradually this sort of fine mist of blood comes down and just makes this speckled red pattern.
You know how a kid looks the first time they see snow and they have their hands out and they're just like watching the droplets fall into their hands? I think that's her in this moment. It's not a disassociation as much as it is just, is this the trade-off? Is this what I have to do to... But maybe that just doesn't matter right now because she can hear how she sounds and she wishes her father could hear it right now because he would know.
Oh. Does she?
Shouldn't have said that out loud.
Okay. And so it's lit darkly, right? And there are these kind of dark shapes at the back of the room as though they're watching you. It's as though you can hear applause.
I think she starts crying. Not like one of those sobbing, choking. I think it's just like the ducks. They well up and she just has tears coming down her face because someone is applauding her for seeing her exactly how she is. The way Jocelyn has been trying to do for years, but she just wouldn't accept it or take it.
Yeah. Cool. Let's okay, well, we can come back to you there because that's a load of fun. I mean, Jacob, where are you? Where are you?
I'm unmuting. I am probably still in the amphitheater. I think probably after maybe a half hour of playing, maybe an hour, I would probably pack up and go explore. Well, I'd probably take the cello back to the. Honestly, today I'd probably go check out my studio after playing, so I could lock up my cello. It's already out of the house, already out of the cabin, so might as well. So I would probably head to my studio and see what it contains.
Yeah. That sounds really beautiful. I always want to direct you past Jocelyn. Can I do that? I think that is on the way. So there's the fountain. Just going to want to do that non-obvious link up. So yeah, Jocelyn is taking photographs of the fountain as you walk past with your cello.
Maybe she's just taking the one photo and she's like staring at the screen, just like looking at the photo that she just took.
If it looks like she is really intent on just looking at the screen rather than taking a picture, I'll kind of stand in her periphery and just wait for a minute before saying, "Hey, what are you doing? What'd you get?"
I was just trying to shoot this fountain Just the figures here seem pretty striking. Basically, didn't even have to work for it, and just shows him the screen, shows him the picture.
And Jacob, let's do the same thing to you as well. So you will get this, you will see the sort of figure and almost like vomiting out their talent. It will remind you of what happened to Jess. Of course it does. But there's also a sense, something about the way Joss has taken this photograph that reminds you of something about your mother.
Is it weird? Is it weird that this reminds me of Mom a little?
I mean, yes, but also no, because it reminds me of her too.
I've been standing here trying to figure out what it is, and I just can't. I don't have it.
I think, Jacob, I think this is one of those situations again where Joss might have been gone, might have been out with friends, or had just left the house for whatever reason. And I think this is one of those private moments that you don't always talk about with family, but like I think the statue is a good representation of what he saw his mother kind of emote one evening when kind of mourning over the father. This is like a physical manifestation of that emotional state, and I think that's something that's very ingrained in him. It's not something he's ever talked about with his mom. It's not something he ever told the girls about, but it's something that is kind of etched into his brain. It's just one of those like devastatingly beautiful moments that you don't want to upset it. Like it's so pure that you don't, like, you back out of the room very slowly and you're like, nope, that's not something we will ever talk about.
I think if he's sitting there pensive, I think Jocelyn might, kind of taking in everything that's happened so far, might actually walk over and like put a hand on his shoulder so that they're both looking, like they're standing next to each other, but they're both like looking up at this thing. And she'll say, "You know that I love you, right?"
I do. And, I love you too.
Did you believe that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think this is one of those situations, like, these moments don't happen often for us these days, but I think when they do happen, it's very genuine. Like we tend to forget how we do actually feel about each other in the in-between times, but when these moments happen, I think it's genuine. This is all wild, right? Like, this is weird.
I feel like I'm somehow out of place here, that nobody else. There was a guy out here earlier who was trying to draw this the fountain here, and when it didn't seem like he was happy with his work, he was hurting himself just out here.
What do you mean he was hurting himself?
Just taking his pencil and like cutting himself with it.
Jesus fuck.
Right? And nobody, I mean, it seemed like he was out here for a little while, and surely someone else must have seen him, and I don't understand. With the dog and the woman and all of this, none of this is making any sense to me.
No, it's
kind of want to. Do you mind if I cut away? Because I quite like to go back to Jessica. Though, Jessica, you're back in your studio, and there is some violin playing happening next door, and it's not that great. It's okay. It's competent. And then it stops, and then there is a not next door, Jacob's studio, next door the other way, and then there was a crash against the wall.
I immediately stopped singing. My eyes are locked onto whatever. It's a dimly lit room. Whatever she saw moving on or around the walls was just. She's immediately going to make her way out of her studio and head next door to see what that crash was.
Yeah. As you're leaving, there's another crash, and then it's almost like rhythmic crash, 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 crash.
You know, she has seen other vocalists and some other music students get upset and throw their stands around or kick at walls in frustration when they can't get a certain note or they can't do a piece correctly. So that's what she's assuming is happening here. And whoever is going through whatever this is probably shouldn't be going through it alone. So she's going to try to head inside.
Yeah. Okay. So this guy, and he's put down his violin in the middle of the room, and he's just running from wall to wall, going crash, crash. And in a way, there's blood streaming down his face. He's obviously, injuring himself as he does this.
Okay, no, that wasn't what she was expecting. She thought he was throwing a stand around. After a moment of just a crash, she's going to, you know how you run down a toddler that's getting ready to turn an aisle at a grocery store? She's going to try to time it where she can get in front of this person before he does his next crash into a wall. Hey.
Wow. We're doing a combat roll.
I didn't, no, not in Cthulhu Dark, we're not. I know the rules.
No, this is brilliant. Let's do a roll to stop him.
So tired of teeing up Graham today.
do I particularly want to stop you? I don't think I particularly want to stop you. Go on, give me a roll.
Okay. I'm gonna argue this is probably just human. I am gonna risk my insight because this poor kid. 2 1s.
Oh. That's interesting. So I mean, you don't fail, right? But I think what happens is, he sort of cannons against your shoulder, and you don't stop him, and he kind of falls to the floor and just kind of sobs into the floor.
She's gonna scoop him up like spilled Legos, and just hey, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
It's not okay. It's not. I can't do it.
What can't you do?
I can't play. And it's mocking me. And he looks at the violin.
I hate that I'm getting ready to ask you this question, Graham. But when I look at the violin, do I understand what he's saying?
You should totally give me a roll to read the emotions of the violin.
I fucking love that question, by the way. Love it. Big fan.
We lean in at Symphony. That'd be a 6 and a 2. The insight does not go up
6.
again, but a 6.
Jessica, yes, it is judging him, and he deserves it because he is not good enough. So yeah, you can see the judgment radiating off this violin. Damn right. You heard his playing. He wasn't good enough. You were good enough, but he does not have what it takes. And this guy just needs to leave. He should not be here.
Hey, what's your name?
Zachariah.
Hi, Zachariah. I'm Jessica. Have you considered the thought that maybe you should just go home?
Oh, and that crushes him.
And she holds on to him tighter because she didn't want to be the one to deliver that news either.
I can't just go. But you're right. I I don't have what it takes, do I?
I'm going to look at that violin again that's mocking and jeering at him. And I'm going to look down at him with freshly tear-filled eyes. And I'm just going to shake my head no.
And he nods in understanding and he goes, "Thank you. Thank you."
Here, I'll help you up. I'm going to roll an insight because this is not a character that tells other people that they're not good enough, especially when she walked into this entire academy, this entire conservatory with that exact same fear. She would never be able to walk back if one of her siblings said something like that to her. And she just said that so confidently to someone else. So I'm going to roll my insight. It's a 1.
Okay.
You can't cheat facing. You can't lie about a fact.
Just said what you thought. Yeah. Great. So I kind of want to bring you guys together. Can we do that?
Absolutely.
It's lunchtime. Student building, right? I mean, I think student building is in the middle somewhere. Can we just bring you guys together there?
That's perfect.
Let's do that. So let's have you. I don't know quite how this happens, but you will meet up just outside the student building, and I'll just let you play.
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, how was your day, Jess?
It was good. We have our own studios, like private studios that are dedicated to each of ours.
Did you get some good practice in?
Mm-hmm. How are you guys? You guys look weird. Why do you guys look weird?
Because I don't trust your response.
And I just I don't know, I ran into a guy that's just left me a little something. Another student here who was just not dealing with failure very well.
Did you, Jess, did you happen to meet any of the other teachers or staff yet?
No, I haven't seen everyone yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. Joss, I didn't ask you. Did you see anybody other than the kid at the fountain?
No, the only staff person that we've seen was the woman last night. But that's a good point. Where is everybody? Are we just literally supposed to spend time in the studio and not?
I can't tell if it's a test or if they're just weirdly hands off.
It could be both. It could be intentional.
Yeah.
Okay, a test. We're supposed to show that we're cool with all this?
And
Yeah,
just you guys, are you having this conversation just standing outside the student center? Are you going to get lunch or?
Oh, let's eat,
I would say,
please.
Yeah.
Please.
I mean, we'll eat. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I can actually. I've got the scenario here, so I can.
So fun.
Yeah. So you can go into the canteen area, which we're going to have jutting out over the sea, right? So you can sort of look down from the windows and see the sea, and it's beautiful. And this is the summer, so it's not the main academic term, so this is made for hundreds of students, but at the moment it's sort of weirdly empty. There are a couple of people sitting around. There's someone sort of sitting by one of the kind of sea-facing windows. And yeah, so and there's all kinds of there's all kinds of food as well. So just reading this. So there's a Brazilian steakhouse. There's sushi, tacos, vegan. Right. So there's a Brazilian steakhouse store, and there's this. I don't know how sushi tacos work. So there's like they got like tortillas and raw fish or something, I guess. I'm just reading the scenario.
He was like, it's just in the module.
I mean, it's right on the ocean, so the sushi tacos sound like they're probably going to be pretty aces. So
great. Yeah, so sushi taco woman is there, and she goes, sushi taco? Please have some.
I'll take 2, please.
Yeah, there's tortillas and there's some seasoned rice, and I don't know if someone made a mistake, honestly, but we just ordered a load of this stuff. Please eat it.
Well, I like tacos and I like sushi, so I'll figure it out. It'll be fine.
I know. Yeah. Cool. So, yeah, cool. What are the rest of you guys eating?
I think that the sushi taco, like, just for expediency's sake, Jocelyn will also pick up a sushi taco. But is this woman acting strange? She was like, "Please take some food." That seems weird. Is she acting?
She's. I mean, no, she's just being quite human. She's just kind of going, "Look, honestly, we don't quite know what happened with the sushi tacos, but apparently we have sushi tacos here. So just please eat them."
So weird, because usually when we get sushi tacos back home, instead of a tortilla, there's the nori. They use that instead of the. You know what? It's totally fine. I'm sure this is delicious, and she'll take a sushi taco.
I'm wondering if it was meant to be 2 different dishes, actually. But if you can just eat it, that would be really great.
You know what? If it needs to be 2 dishes, then I will separate the sushi from the taco and eat it that way. But it'll be fine. I'm sure it's just delicious.
All right, awesome. So you get your delicious sushi tacos. Bridget, I was going to do a handout of a sushi taco, and I forgot. But just if everyone can just imagine, just imagine there's like a handout of like a tortilla and some rice and So all right, you take your sushi tacos and well you can sit wherever really. I mean, there's there are other students around. There's these beautiful windows by the looking over the sea.
I honestly think Jocelyn would try to steer them away from the part that's like overhanging the ocean and away from the windows, just from last night. Unless Graham, can I just? Would it be more fun if we went to the windows?
No, that's
great.
It's always worth asking. With a grand game, it's always worth asking.
If you want to actively keep away from the scary, that's good with me. Yeah, please do.
Oh God! All right, yeah. I think that now that I've reasoned myself into this, yes, I think she would try to steer them. But if anyone objected, then
I don't object. But I'm not particularly afraid of the ocean or the windows at this point, even having witnessed shit the night before.
And there is something, Jacob, the ocean you are finding inspiring, because remember that you played in front. It's like you're feeding off it.
Yeah.
So
if I really think about it, I mean, my style of play is a lot like the way an ocean acts.
Yeah.
It is violent, it is calm, it is beautiful, it is terrifying, it is all of these things all at once. And that's kind of what I hope to create in my own composition. So I don't think it's all that surprising that I would have some kind of a immediate connection to it now that I'm here.
That's Oh, so where are you going to sit? I mean, does that mean you're going to sit by the?
Oh, I'll sit with my sisters for sure.
Cool. Yeah.
Jessica's disappointed that we're not going to be sitting with an ocean view. Why would you turn that down? But if Jocelyn doesn't want to sit that close to the windows, if she's going a different direction, she will follow. But Jess will sit with her, like wherever she can, position where she's at least still facing that window, even if she can't be near it.
I mean, honestly, if Joss sees both of you kind of longingly looking towards the window, I don't think that she would die on the hill of like, let's stay away.
My view is not longing. To the walls.
Graham, final answer. We are doing ocean view.
Sorry,
that's amazing. That was like a 3-minute where do we sit scene. That was awesome.
Which is very human. That's a very.
I hope you're enjoying this roller coaster of a ride here.
This is where these are the plastics. These are the goths. These are the nerds.
Yep.
Yeah. More seating plan horror coming up.
We always wear pink on Wednesdays.
Yep. We're fine. To the window. We're good.
All right, and so you are. I mean, Joss, for you as well, kind of, it's almost like you're suspended above this ocean. it's feeding you. You're not sure what you like, what it's feeding you, but it's.
As they're walking over, I think she's gonna set the camera up on a maybe like a table because she doesn't have a tripod with her, and set like the timer. She's gonna point it. Basically, she's gonna try to get a shot of like the siblings kind of all seated together, maybe just even silhouetted against the light coming in from the large window.
That's a cool idea.
I love
Silhouetted.
that.
Oh, let's
Shit.
roll for that. That's beautiful.
Oh,
Love
come
it.
on. Okay, I'm going to bring
course
my
we're
insight into
rolling
this
for the
because this
photograph.
feels like a great idea. Whoop.
Roll that insight, baby. Do it.
Oh, no. I did get a 6 on my insight dice. But the 3 otherwise.
That's amazing. So do the insight roll because your insight was high, and I know how that photograph went, but we're going to come back to it once you check it.
Did not take up on my insight.
Good for you.
Oh, all right. You're sitting by the ocean. I'll let you talk. There is another student near you, but yeah, okay.
What are they doing? Are they working? Does it look like they're working on some sort of art?
I was going to give you guys the chance to talk, but
No, okay, fine.
Yeah, they've just got a plate of food.
I am a little lost in thought, but enjoying my sushi taco just fine. Yeah, it's not great.
It's just the bread, right? Like it's just the tortilla just kind of too much.
It's I'm gonna roll insight.
Are we rolling insight for the sushi taco?
Yeah,
we are,
I gotta-
apparently.
Nice.
Yeah, okay.
I'm golden.
Okay.
I'm holding it together.
Holy
Fair.
shit.
Yeah, it's not great. Well, what are you trying to do for the rest of the day? Do you have any idea? I haven't really thought about much.
I was gonna just kind of wander around and try to get some shots, but maybe it's also good to explore some of the facilities here.
Yeah, we haven't seen everything yet, have we?
Yeah, what's in this student building? We've got the canteen. What else is in here?
Good question.
Do you know?
No,
If
but
only
we could
there
find
were-
out.
We need to find an adult.
There are other floors. Yeah.
Could explore that for a little. We could explore this for a little bit.
Yeah, let's do that. And the one thing, Jessica didn't get food from the sushi taco stand. She got as much green tea, the largest green tea she could get, warm green tea to try to help with her throat. But she's also doing that annoying little sister shit where she keeps eating off of Jacob's plate.
Oh, that's really annoying. Jacob, is that an insight roll for you?
Let's say yes.
That just doesn't.
Oh my god!
I'm great. I'm holding it together. Like,
Wow.
suspect sushi tacos and theft of my lunch. I'm all right.
Yeah.
Soft Tuesday for us, babe. We're okay.
Vomiting blood, bad, but apparently, yeah. All
It
right.
got better
draw
with
the
blood
line.
misting, so it's okay.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, we should we could check out the rest of this building.
I like
Throw it
that.
okay?
Yeah.
Sorry, Jake.
You guys should really, really, really check out your studios. But we could do that later.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. We're here all summer. Maybe.
What does that mean? Okay. This is going to sound a little weird. Could we just kind of hang together until we find our feet here? It's just a little.
I was actually going to say we should at least have two of us together at all times for a while until we figure out what's going on.
And Joss gives that knowing look to Jacob, which is like someone has to be with Jess at all times.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's finish up here.
Gonna
Jess is
finish the
eager to see
sushi taco.
Yeah, and Jess is eager to see what the other floors are here. It's a
No, it's
gorgeous
good.
building. Architecturally, it's a masterpiece.
So I want to come back to that's good. I'm really happy for you to explore. I want to come back to Jocelyn's photo, and there is the student near you, and let's say Jacob, you notice this, right? So I said the student has a plate of food. It's macaroni and cheese. It's this sort of steaming pile of macaroni and cheese, and they have their hands thrust into it, and you can smell the burning flesh.
Here's my insight roll.
Yep.
Shit.
Nope. I'm at a 5.
Jocelyn, we can come to your photograph if you like. You're going to check your photograph.
Yeah. So just as they're kind of like beginning to walk out, she'll pull it up on the screen.
Yeah, you're going for silhouettes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's 4 silhouettes at the table.
Sorry?
There's 4 silhouettes at the table.
Okay, let me just go ahead and roll these dice real quick.
Like,
Okay, I'm also at a 5 now. Oh man.
Oh, boy.
I do need to say, I mean, you know this about Cthulhu Dark, but the rule is that at any time, when your insight reaches 5, you can start reducing your insight by like destroying evidence. You can, I don't know what that means, destroying a musical instrument, that would do it. Also, Riley is a source. If you can find Riley, is a source of bringing your insight down.
I think she's kind of just staring at this for a little while.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Oh God.
But like,
So-
I think she's trying to make out details on because she knew where they were sitting, how they were oriented. So she's just trying to like what am I seeing exactly?
Yeah. And so the longer you look at it, the more you see more shadowy figures, like going off beyond the sea, beneath the waves, right? As though you were being watched.
Just standing there, she just deletes the photo. I think she just full deletes it and doesn't say anything about it. Just, okay.
Yeah. I
I think the smell of burning hands is too much for Jacob. And he's going to go over and either grab the tray away from this kid or pull his hands out and be like, "What are you fucking doing? What is this?"
Yeah. Both of those are good. Which do you want to do?
I want to pull the tray away.
Yeah,
I think
good.
that'll be the easiest.
That sounds really. Jocelyn, were you going to do an insight roll for your dark shapes in the sea?
Oh yeah, on top of the other one.
I would.
Just almost went up a little higher,
Yeah.
but no. Keeping it together a little bit.
Yeah. So if you're on a 5, and so anytime you roll a 6, that will be the end of your game, right?
Oh no!
That-
Does deleting the picture count as destroying evidence?
Oh, yes, it does.
Oh.
Let's do a roll down. I didn't know that was. Were you going that way, or have you just thought of that?
I just kind of
Anyway, yeah. Let's do it. That's absolutely beautiful. So so give me a roll down, right? You die roll, and if you get below your current insight, it goes down.
Yes, I rolled a 3. I'm at 5. So
Good for you.
It's down to 4.
You're off the edge.
Yeah. And then Jacob, you take the tray away, and the student goes, "No!"
What are you doing? Well, so I don't know how to tell you that your hands don't belong inside macaroni.
And their hands are raw and blistering.
Oh.
If there are napkins on the table, I'm gonna start wiping off the hands of the remaining hot sauce and noodle combination.
Yeah.
What would possess you to do this?
I've got, and that they're reaching out towards the tray.
No.
I'm trying to make the fountain.
You're.
And you can actually see, if you look at the tray, that they've tried to shape it into something. I can't get it right.
maybe it's your medium. Maybe macaroni is not the right way to make the statue. Maybe it's clay. I got to tell you, I am not a macaroni artist myself, but I don't think it's.
You're mocking me.
I'm not. I'm really not. I don't think it's structurally sound. What's your name?
I'm Moni.
Moni? I'm Jacob.
Hi, Jacob. He extends a hand.
I'm gonna shake the hand because mine are already they're already gross. Yeah. I'll tell you what. If you would like, I will help you find a different medium that might be more beneficial.
I don't want them to take this away from me.
But who would take what away from you?
They could expel me.
Who and for what?
So she looks upwards, clearly meaning the staff. Because I'm not good enough. Because I'm not making the grade.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of that going around. I'll tell you what. If you promise not to try the macaroni again, let's try to meet up later, and we will. Can I meet you at your studio later?
Yes, I'd love that. Yes,
right.
Thank you so much.
Less macaroni. Just promise me you won't go back for another tray.
And she smiles and says thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
And what's going on with Jacob? Because he must be a bit comforted that she says she's not going to make the grade, but he knows he's made the grade, right?
I don't know that he's really thinking about that, right? I think he is really hyper-focused on the weirdness of this place and the safety of his youngest sister. Joss, he's less worried about. Joss knows how to handle herself. In fact, she's probably kicked his ass once or twice. Yeah, I think right now he's just trying to get his bearings because things are getting progressively weirder and weirder. So he's not thinking about his talent in that way.
I think we should roll for that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Here's the failure die.
Oh, yes.
I got a 2.
I've got a 4, so you can re-roll if you like.
Let's do that.
With the insight die.
That's a 1.
Good for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you can keep rolling as many times as you like.
I think I'm going to stay there.
Yeah, I'm liking it. So you are really trying to focus on the welfare of your sister, and but actually, your own talent, you keep thinking about it.
Immediately, I'm thinking, well, this is somebody I don't have to worry about. She's not competition.
Yeah, exactly.
It's less about my talent and more about her lack of it. Like it's just one more person out of the way. Not that it's a competition, but more eyes on me and fewer on her. That's never a bad thing.
Great. Okay, great. I'm descending slowly into darkness here. Shall I switch a light on? I should switch the light on, shouldn't I?
I think we've all been descending slowly.
Yeah,
into darkness.
But I understand you meant. I know you meant literally.
Yeah, you're in the UK. You're on a much different time frame than us, but you have been illuminated.
Practically angelic now, which is almost more terrifying.
Yeah,
this is good.
All right,
get rid of that almost.
What are we doing now? So I mean, we can. You have time on this island, so we can sort of. We could move time forward. Actually, should we do that and then
but
have you explore?
Before we move away from this scene, though,
sure.
So having I think Jocelyn was kind of listening in on the conversation that Jake was having with Moni, and is anticipating the cadence of this conversation, having been through it herself, and she preps the camera, and then the second Moni starts tipping into the like I'm not good enough moment, she starts like snapping a bunch of pictures. She's framing Jacob out of the shot. It's just Moni, and she's just like capturing that that deep suffering.
Oh my God, that's brutal. Yeah, I mean, absolutely roll to capture that.
Yeah.
Insight this up.
Oh, insight the hell out of it.
God, I'm having an awful time, guys. Awful time.
5s across the board. So I'll roll insight again. Yikes. And I'm back up to a 5 on insight.
Holy shit. Captured the suffering for yourself as well, I see. Good for you.
Guess so.
So that was a 5 for the photograph.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, that's nice. So I mean, you capture the photograph beautifully, of course. Oh, I'm trying to think what else I can give you. Oh my God, that's horrible. Yeah. Okay. So, you see this look on her face that she looks kind of crushed, that kind of acceptance that her talent isn't enough and she's going to have to leave. Just like your mother. And you suddenly have this deep, deep certainty that this is where your mother was too. She was here. She had the talent, and then something happened.
I think out loud she'll say, "Is that what happens when you get expelled?" And she's just kind of like sitting there kind of in her own head. Because she's also, with the picture, what she was trying to capture was the light going out in the girl, or in Moni. And just the idea of like, because I think Joss loved her mom a lot. And I think that the idea that kind of suffering was experienced by her is kind of, is crushing. There's a, like, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Shall we sort of move time forward and kind of do flashes of what happens over the next week? Is that okay?
That's brilliant.
Yep.
I absolutely love that. And we were talking about kind of exploring the building. We were talking about Jacob, that there's that potential scene with Moni, where you're helping her. What do we want to do? What do we fancy?
I think that would take place in her studio, and it could be a couple days later for whatever reason. Maybe timing just got weird. I think, is Moni like a sculptor?
Yeah. So
Okay.
she will be in her studio, and you can see she's tried almost every material to try and capture.
Okay. I'm not great at this crafty, artsy stuff, but I know that macaroni's not going to cut it. So I asked Moni, what has been the strongest material that you've used? What's the closest you've gotten to making the statue?
I've tried everything. I tried clay. I tried stone, but I can't. There's something about it I can't capture.
Have you tried to recreate it while out at the fountain, or have you only done it in places from memory?
From memory.
Yeah.
You
Like
think
in
I should
here.
go there?
Have you not tried to sculpt there? Sometimes changing your venue can help unblock your creativity. Gives you a different perspective, so to speak. And maybe if you're looking straight at the fountain while you're trying to recreate the fountain, that might spark something.
It's beautiful. Sometimes I look at the fountain Do you ever look at the fountain and see someone with everything being sucked out of them?
Yes.
Sometimes I think that's me.
You know, when I first saw that, I thought it was my mother.
Your mother?
Mm-hmm. It's not something I want to go into, but it felt like something I saw once with her way back when. So I
Christina
get it.
Nelson.
Oh shit.
Pardon?
Your mother was Christina Nelson.
Mm-hmm. I'm a roll. I'm at a 6.
No, you did not, Bucho.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Insight 6.
Yeah. Yeah, because that 100% flipped my lid. Unless you think the insight would have gone down during the days between lunch and now.
I don't think we can back off from this.
Perfect. I'm so into it.
I love this. All right. So, I mean, Bucho, do you want to describe this?
I think this knowledge bomb ends up creating this crescendoing static inside my head. And I think I end up hearing that same original sound that I was making when I tried to tune my cello the first night. And I think it becomes just this head splitting noise that I can't stop.
And I think it's like it is coming from the sea. It's like this discordant choir.
I think my vision goes dark, goes tunnely. Yeah, I don't know what. This is new territory for me.
No, this is beautiful. So your vision goes tunnely. Can we have you walking out of the studio? Because it'd be more interesting to have you outside the studio at the moment.
Sure. Sorry, Moni. I need to.
No, you've got to help me. You've got to help me get this right. I can't do it without you. You've got to tell me.
I need a little air for the. Let's grab some materials and I got to get outside. I need air. Yeah, grab your materials and we'll go to the we'll go to the fountain.
But you're not going to the fountain, are you? Where are you going?
I think I want to go to my studio and get my cello.
Yeah. Do we want to leave Jacob there, just kind of playing endlessly on his cello?
I think he ends up sitting down in the chair, stone-faced. He is slowly tuning Moni's yelling out. I think he would end up facing the corner of the room, and I think he would play until his fingers just started bleeding all over the strings.
Yeah, that is utterly beautiful. Bucho, thank you so much. I adore that. I absolutely adore that. Thank you. All right. And so, let's take a step away because I think we have got to do you guys finding out about Jacob's decline or whatever it is. But Jessica, Jocelyn, where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
I think Joss, this is over the week that we're talking about.
Yeah.
I think Joss is wandering around the campus, trying to find more people failing to live up to their potential.
Oh God!
And stressing about being expelled.
And just like taking the photograph of their
Oh
their
my
pain,
God. Are
essentially.
you getting addicted to other people's failure?
I think that there's like, it's
Oh
not
my
an addiction to
God.
the failure. It's more like,
This is still totally tracking with your attachment to the darkness for
Yeah.
sure. This is awesome.
well, but I think also there's like the connection to, and like the times when the siblings were all together, I think that like Joss is like randomly bringing up mom, like random times, hoping that someone else will draw the line between these 2 points, and that so he won't feel like alone, and like she's, you know, like she's behind the lens, and so she has a different perspective on the world, and that has been a very kind of like like othering thing for her. But so like the tie to the mom, and just something about like those moments of extreme suffering, you can't look at them and not, it's a moment in time, but you know exactly what the hell is going on. Like, you know that someone is like just withering inside. And there's something kind of powerful and interesting about that. And she's got like a photo series kind of happening in her mind.
Let's do a roll to photograph people's failure.
Okay, do I want to do my insight with this one?
Nick, this is so deliciously dark.
It's really horrible.
Listen.
I love it.
Okay, I did get a 6 and rolled under my insight, thankfully. But 6.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, I mean, yes, do you want to describe a bit of this? What are you seeing in these photographs?
I think there's like after a certain number of them, and then the thing with the vomiting the blood, and then the thing with the like, I think that there's a part of her that feels like she's looking at walking corpses, that she's looking at people that are dying in a very specific way, that's like their human bodies are still moving through the world or will still be moving through the world, but like there is a kind of spiritual death that's happening, and there's just something like weirdly fascinating, like stopping and watching a car crash, fascinating about it.
That's beautiful. And let's take that 6 as a kind of, indication of the way your art is going, right? So you are on peak form. You are forming like you've never, you're not the small one in the corner anymore, right? You're not invisible now. You are on fire.
This is going to be great. This is going to be a career-defining installation once I get it all together. And I think that she doesn't show those photographs to Jess or Jake. I think that she may also be taking other random things that if they ask about what she's been doing, she'll show them those, but she won't show them this series.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. Jessica, what are you up to?
I think for the course of the week, she has a charge about her because she thinks there's a really good chance that she's going to stay. There's a really good chance that she might actually make it through this. So I think a couple things are happening. One, she is going to stay as hydrated as possible. She is going to knock back as much green tea or hot tea with honey as possible. I think over the course of the week, she probably forgets to eat more and more, or is discouraged from eating due to the fact that it hurts to swallow, depending on whatever rips or tears she may be pushing through in her esophagus. So she's mostly sustaining herself on hot broth and liquids and things of that nature, but it's fine. It's, that sensation of fasting, the first 72 hours, you just feel even more charged and you feel more alive, and she's more connected to everything. She's feeling really optimistic about the entire process right now. I think if we just want to do a glimpse into a week, she does want to try to connect with any member of staff.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. She wants to connect with a member of staff. Anybody. Not taco sushi lady, but a member of staff. Rue, if she can find her again, or another actual member of staff.
Yeah.
Instructor staff is what she's looking for.
All right. So one day, as you're walking back from your studio, you see the principal standing by the fountain, and she looks over you and goes, "Jessica,
I don't believe we've met." And let me know if me trying to do raspy voice isn't actually relaying well over stream, and we can just say,
I do what you want. It's fine. We haven't met, but I've heard you.
Oh, she smiles. I want to keep being heard. But I don't
You'd
know
give
what
anything,
happens.
wouldn't you?
I want to stay.
Yeah.
But what happens if I lose it?
If you lose it. And I think at this point she'll start walking, and this will be like an invitation to follow her. Let's take
like
it.
a dog in a hill command. She clocks right with her.
Yeah. And we'll walk over to the staff building and we'll go up to her office. So you'd give anything. I love seeing that. There are students here that don't tap into what they have inside them, but you do.
Thank you.
And you're in her office now. There's photographs all round. There will be so there's a wall of photographs of sort of old Shoreside Conservatory photographs. There's pieces of art as well. I think there's going to be an old photograph of Jocelyn's on the wall. So she's clearly been sort of buying pieces of art.
That's Jocelyn's piece from 2019.
She tapped into it as well. I knew someone in your family would eventually.
How she's doing? How? She'll sip on her tea. How's Jocelyn doing? Here.
She's nearly there. And Jacob. And she looks so proud. Tapped so far into it.
I knew he would be the first. He
He's
was always
brilliant.
the best of us.
It's taken a few generations, but I think your family has got there.
I look back at Jocelyn's photo on the wall, and I look back at this woman who I just realized I don't even know her name. I don't know if I care. What do you mean, generations?
She gestures towards the wall.
I look.
Oh, well,
Scan.
yeah, okay. So you look, and there's it's photographs of former students, and there is your mother, looking very young. And the principal says, "Your father was never here. He was just a showman. Your mother had the talent."
I'll take my insight really fast. She maintains.
Okay. There was a moment there where this could have been just a one-on-one with me and Nick for the rest of the game, but okay.
I would have sat here and enjoyed the hell out of it too. Bucho is still delighted. Oh, honey, I think we left you the second we arrived on this island. She never told us. She never told us she was here. What was her craft? What is her craft?
It was singing. This is what you have to understand. Your mother never tapped into what she had. And so we took it away from her. Now, I have work to do, and at which point she gets up.
When an authority figure rises and you just kind of like instinctively just, kind of rise with them, you know that you're being dismissed, but you're not actually connecting to what's happening. She does the same.
It was nice to talk, Jessica. Make sure you tap into your talent, won't you?
I won't disappoint you. And I'll make sure Jocelyn and Jacob don't either.
Now, I wouldn't mind moving things forward. Was there other stuff people wanted to do, or can I just whack straight on with the scene? Nic, anything you wanted to do?
Whack away.
Whack away. So you've been there a couple of weeks now, and there is a knock at the door.
Of the cabin?
Out of the cabin.
I'll go answer it.
Okay. And this will be this. Let me just think. Sorry. This will be Zhang Li, and who was he was the guy who was like sketching at the fountain, and he says, "You need to come. We all need to come."
I'm sorry? Where?
To the fountain, he says, as though this was obvious. And he will walk off towards the fountain.
Okay. I think she'll call up Jess, Jake, there's some sort of assembly or something.
Okay.
Where's Jake been?
I was just about to ask, like,
What's he
what's
up to?
been going on the last couple of weeks with Jake? Have we just not thought about it?
No, that's a
Is
good
he
point,
there?
actually. Well, shall we cheat this a lot and say you haven't seen Jake, but only for a night or so? You're starting to get weirded out about it, but it's not utterly weird that you haven't gone looking for him. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah.
As she's
But yeah,
calling,
it's weird.
as she's calling for them, Jess, Jake. I think she'll go maybe to Jake's room and like knock and just open the door. And has his bed been slept in?
No, not for a while.
Huh. Okay, then she'll just move to Jess's room. Knock, knock, knock. Jess, you in there?
Yeah. Jess will come out and very quickly slide out of that room and shut the door. What's up?
One of the other students came by and said there's some sort of like, I don't know. They want us to gather by the fountain.
Okay.
Have you seen Jake?
Yesterday, I thought. No. Maybe the day before?
Yeah.
He's not here?
No, and his room is... Maybe he's already there. Maybe we should just go.
Maybe he's sleeping in his studio. There's a couple other students that have been doing that.
It wouldn't be that surprising, I guess.
Not for Jacob.
Okay. Hey, let's stick together, okay?
Okay.
And I think she'll actually like take your arm as you're walking.
Oh, she double leans into that affection.
Yeah, okay. Just don't make it weird.
So what Jessica does is makes it weird. We're going to do like the whole arm, the head over the shoulder, and we're trying to hold her hand. I mean, don't make it weird as an invitation to a baby sister to make that shit weird.
As the words leave her mouth, she's like, "Oh no, what have I done?"
Oh, it's too late. It's too late.
So they're
So
just
are
like
you-
heading to the fountain.
Sorry, Nic. You're walking across the campus, are you?
Yeah.
And you get to the fountain, and chairs have been set up as though it's sort of an outdoor event.
Are there other people gathering already?
Oh yeah. So the students are beginning to sit, and the principal is stood right at the front.
That's a
Where should we sit?
performance.
Yeah. You want to sit up front?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Find 2 empty seats close to the front.
Okay, and people quieten down, and the principal looks out among the students and says, "Zachariah, come to the front." And Zachariah, so Jessica, Zachariah is the guy who was bashing himself against the studio, and the guy that you told didn't have it.
It's been 2 weeks.
And he
He
walks
should have
up.
gone home by now.
Yeah.
What?
And so he walks up the front, and the principal says, "Kneel down." And he glances behind and kneels down. And she goes, Zachariah, the conservatory gave you a gift. And you haven't made the most of that gift. You never tapped into what you had. And so we're taking it back from you. And Jocelyn, someone next to you, whispers, they're expelling him.
Why is he kneeling?
And she reaches her hand over his face, and for a moment, Jocelyn, you've seen the fountain. It's just a mirror of what's happening in the fountain. The sort of small humanoid vomiting the talent upwards to the dark figures, and so the principal is the dark figure, and you can see just stuff. It's as though something is about to be sucked out of him, and so a little bit of saliva comes up, and then something that looks awfully like blood.
Can I please have my camera? Can I please try to take a picture of this?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Okay. Come on, rolling the insight die too. Okay, a 5. And didn't beat my insight, so.
Are you happy with that 5? I mean, it's technically perfect, right?
But are you happy with it?
What are you asking me here?
Well, for the moment, you have a technically perfect photo, and for a 5, you get something extra right, and you understand this is exactly what happened to your mother.
Okay. Can I try? Do I feel like I could do better if I just tried a little harder?
Oh yeah. This is why your mother never had talent at home, right? It's because they took it.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, okay. So, I did roll a 6, and I rolled a 6 on my insight die as well. So let me just go ahead and roll this again. Mother flip! I'm at a 6 too. Insight.
Oh my god!
Holy shit, you opted out on a photo. Ha!
That's amazing. And so let's have almost like Bridget vomiting everything up, and blood will start to come out of Zachariah's mouth, and Jocelyn, I mean, describe what happens.
I think Joss gets up and tries to get this. She kind of like slowly walks over to where the two of them are, and she's basically trying to get the same frame of the shot that she did of the statue. That's kind of like from Zach's perspective, kind of like up, like as this stuff is kind of flowing out of him. She's basically like she's trying to get the perfect shot of this, and it doesn't matter. She's lost all sense of other people around and the implications of what's happening. And she's snapping these shots.
And nobody minds, right? And the principal even looks at you approvingly, and you're perfect. You're on fire. Every shot is perfect.
And she'll just keep snapping until someone tells her to stop. And she might actually get some like crowd shots too of other people, and she's looking specifically for folks that look that have that look of like, that could be me. Like, that could have been me right there.
Yeah.
Trying to get those.
Yeah. And the ceremony ends, and Zachariah is not dead. He's he slumps, and he is led away. Unless you guys want to do something about that, he's led away, and he looks drained. Jessica, what are you doing?
He should have been gone 2 weeks ago. This was inevitable. He was backsliding then. He just suffered for 2 unnecessary weeks to get to this point, to this public shaming, this public humiliation. But you know what? Her sister is capturing it. And the principal, whose name I still don't know, looks approving and proud. This is just what happens. So I think right now she's more focused with those big saucer adoration pride eyes at Jocelyn doubling down in a moment like this and capturing the experience versus running away from it or grieving for whatever this boy is going through. She's tapped in, and she's proud of her
Yeah.
big sister.
Yeah. No, that is utterly, utterly beautiful.
They're going to see her now.
Although Jocelyn doesn't stop taking photographs. This is the thing.
I
So
mean,
people
that's
leave
problematic.
and she's still going.
I'll stand with her for the first 10 minutes after everyone's gone.
Yeah, she's gone.
First 30. An hour.
No.
I'll hug and I'll kiss her from behind. And I'll whisper
Doesn't
in her
seem to
ear,
be
I'm so
registering
proud
that.
of you.
And where'd you go?
Back to our cabin. Maybe she should start packing up Jocelyn's things.
Yeah. All right. And so you pack up Jocelyn's things. And what do you do now, Jessica? Because you're coming towards the end of your time at the conservatory, and they haven't said anything about whether you're staying or not.
Have I seen Jacob at all?
No.
I should probably pack up his things too.
Yeah.
It feels weird. Jacob was talented beyond my own imagination, and Jocelyn had the gift of capturing experience. And I walked onto this campus feeling like I was the fraud, but I'm looking at their suitcases in my bedroom and I'm thinking, maybe they were all wrong about me. Maybe I was wrong about myself, but that's not a decision I get to make, is it?
And it's perhaps getting dark now. This has taken longer than you thought. And I don't know. Do you sleep?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
She sleeps.
And then at midnight, there's a knock on the door.
I go to answer.
Okay. And Rue, the woman who greeted you, is there. And she goes, Jessica, it's time.
Is Jacob coming back?
Jacob's staying here, and she looks so proud.
Jocelyn staying too?
Oh, yeah. They've done so well. Come on, Jessica. It's time for your final audition.
She nods and she follows.
Now, Bridget, can we take 5 minutes?
We definitely can.
Excellent.
Guys, casting crew is going to take 5. And then we are coming right back to you with the end of Miskatonic Shoreside Conservatory. We will see you guys in just a bit. Whoo, we're back. Thank you for giving those extra, or thank you guys for giving us those extra 2 minutes. Graham, I'm going to hand it back over to you as we slide into the finale of Miskatonic Shoreside Conservatory for Cthulhu Dark.
That's beautiful. So you walk over, because you know the way, right? You walk over to this amphitheater, this deserted amphitheater in the dead of night, and you descend downwards, this white stone around you, and you almost know instinctively that you need to descend even further, because now you can see that the steps go down and then they go into a hollow, and you go into an amphitheater beneath the amphitheater, and so it's hollowed out, and it's a cave, and the waves are lapping up at the base of the stage, and there are dark figures that you can't see sitting in the audience, these shadowy figures sitting in this rocky amphitheater, and the principal sits in the front row, and I think you're meant to go into the middle of the stage.
She goes without any additional direction. She's just going to go with her felt sense, her gut understanding of where she's supposed to be. She goes center stage.
And the principal looks at you, pleased that you took center stage. And you do notice in the corner of your eye someone doubled over on the ground. This sort of whimpering coming from them. And the principal goes, "Jessica, it's time for your final audition. We want you to perform a solo piece entitled Killing Moni." And Moni has doubled up at the edge of the stage. This is the woman who was in the canteen shaping the mac and cheese. Looks up at you, pleading, but she's gagged and she can't say anything. And the audience watches.
I have so many questions. And I am terrified to ask them at this point in time. I'm going to take a couple steps back away from a gagged and pleading Moni. The last time I saw her, Jacob was trying to help her. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to do everything that I can to rewind the last X amount of weeks, however long she's been here, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever it is, and rewind all the way back to that very first night when we arrived in our cabin.
Mm-hmm.
And Jocelyn and I had hugged. We had come to an understanding we weren't going to fight this entire summer.
Mm-hmm.
And Jacob had just done this super amazing, heroic big brother action where he was trying to knock her down out of, a potential gunshot. And he was in the common area. He was tuning his cello. He always tunes his cello. We had just arrived. It was late. That could have waited until the following day, but he was always so hyper-focused on his craft. He had to tune his cello that night. And he made a sound. She's going to run back 3, 4, 2, 1 week in time and see if she can find that sound and do a rendition complimenting that sound of a new composition called Killing Moni.
Should give me a roll.
I don't want to.
Behind you, it's as if you can hear a cello playing the accompaniment to your voice, right? Just this soft cello and the rising note.
Does it sound like Jacob?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. She's going to go all in on this one, guys. That is a 4, a 5, and a 2 on her insight.
And Moni looks up at you, pleading, and now is beginning to scream. And what you are doing is technically perfect, right? You are mimicking technically that note. It's technically good.
But technically isn't good enough.
And Moni looks relieved, as though maybe she might survive this.
I don't think she will. We're at the point of no return. And I'm going to push it. Or I'm going to re-roll it.
Mm-hmm. No.
It's a 3, 4, 5.
And you can't hit
but her
it.
insight is the highest one.
Oh. Don't roll a 6.
A 2.
Okay, fine.
Ooh, we're flirting with it, guys.
And so the audience sits back, and you can feel an air of disappointment in the audience. For a moment you had them in the palm of their hand, and then it went. And the principal looks to the left and right of her as if kind of going, well, that's what she can do. And you can tell she's going to get to her feet and stop the performance.
And she cannot allow that.
Mm-hmm.
She's not. They are not. No, not with everything that she has sacrificed, all the blood that she's going to do it one more time. If the principal is standing to her feet, she is going to move directly next to Moni, and she's going to try it one more time. I know I could roll all day long. I'll give it 3, and then I'll just let the dice rest from here.
Oh, okay, no, that's really beautiful. Yeah.
So she's sitting on a 5 insight, guys. This could go multiple different ways. Wow. A 1, 3, and a 4. Her 4 is her insight, the highest die.
Oh, so the 4 is the insight, the highest die.
The 4 is the insight, and it's the highest die, yeah.
Let's have the insight roll.
6.
You have to describe that.
Graham, I don't think I can hit it. She finally hit that note. That's the best that I've got. You want to take it? You have to take it, Graham.
All right.
I surrender to you.
There is a the first thing that happens is you drop back, right? You're trying to hit this note and it's technically good. And then it's not even technically good anymore. It's just competent. And the audience rises to their feet, and the principal gets up and goes, Jessica, thank you. And someone comes and they free Moni, and she looks at you and goes, thank you. And then at the last moment, something floods through you. Oh, let's do the sea again, right? So, at the moment the sea crashes in, and something floods through you. The sea is sort of flowing in now. And then you hit that note, that rising note. It's as though you can hear the cello in the background. It's as though you can see on Moni's face that look which Jocelyn captured in all of her photographs. And at that moment, everything streams out through Moni's face. It starts with saliva and blood, and then it's just gore and pieces of bone, and she is turned inside out and just lies on the floor in front of you. Quick word from Jessica. What's she doing? Or do you want me to finish this?
No, take us home.
Okay.
This is the most heartbreaking and gorgeous TPK I've ever seen.
And the principal comes up to the stage and looks at this sort of, bloody sack that was Moni, and looks into Jessica's eyes, and for the first time offers her hand. And yet you can sense the audience rising to their feet all around you, welcoming you. And she looks in your eyes and says, "Welcome to Miskatonic Shoreside Conservatory." And should we leave it there?
Just sipping on your wine like that didn't happen.
I know, right?
Like that didn't just happen.
I am bathed in the warm glow of positivity.
I'm just feeling gratitude for my life right now, I guess.
Wow. And that, friends of the symphony, is where our show ends for the night. Thank you to everyone who joined in or is currently watching the replay. You guys are indeed the best part of waking up, and we sincerely appreciate you. I'm going to do this giveaway and try not to have a trembling voice through the entire situation because I don't understand what just happened to my soul. This is a leatherette version of Cthulhu Dark, guys, plus a PDF. And the winner is, mind you, Bucho and I jumped in on this one too because we desperately want it. Comically, Bridget of Symphony Entertainment won it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-roll it. I'm going to give it to the second place winner.
It feels appropriate. It feels like appropriate. You were the last of the TPK.
I love it.
It works.
It worked. But I also really do genuinely love my damn fans. I'm going to roll it forward. And what is this? BRENTANG? Brentang? Congratulations on winning the leatherette version of Cthulhu Dark and a PDF. What I need, leatherette for the final girl. What I need you to do is, you're still in chat. Hi, baby. Congratulations. Email me at symphonyentertainmentga@gmail.com. If you feel comfortable with it, make sure you shoot me your mailing address and your email address, and I will forward that over to Graham, and Graham will handle all of the prize support for this. So thank you, and congratulations.
And if you're not comfortable with using your own address, you can use mine, and I'm happy to take it off your hands. Yeah.
I mean, listen,
no.
I'm happy to
get it to Bread Tang so that he too can traumatize his friends. You know what I mean? Like, let's pay it forward. Let's go.
Pay it forward. You push that trauma forward. Cast and crew are going to take a brief break, and then we're going to come back and have a nice big unpack on what Graham just did to us and why he was so happy about it the entire time. If you would like to hear this talk pack, you do need to be a backer of the show. So you can back us at patreon.com/Symphony Entertainment. In addition to talk packs, there's also like free book products and gift cards and postcards and a whole bunch of really fun, amazing things. Stay tuned for more amazing content run by creators right here on Symphony's Twitch and YouTube. Next up, I have a handout allegedly coming. I have Richard Rook coming on to run his queer game of disco and cosmic horror, Moonlight on Roseville Beach. That will be coming up Monday evening here on the same station. After Moonlight, guys, I'm going to be going offline from streaming for about 2 weeks. I have Origins Game Fair, and then I'm probably going to have laryngitis for a week after Origins Game Fair. So we will be picked back up in July. So far, I have Dark Places and Demogorgons coming back, being run by Matt McLeod of Lurking Fears. I have Cult Divinity Lost coming, being run by your favorite organizer, Ryan, from the Illusion Con. And we're probably going to sprinkle in some sonatas in there just for additional razzle-dazzle. So before we empty out the auditorium, let's go around one more time and say goodnight to our symphonic cast. Graham, our torturer, please give us your name, what you do, where people can find you, and any other pluggables you got for us, baby.
Thank you so much. I had the best evening, and I had the best players, and I'm so happy. I'm Graham Walmsley. You can find me on Twitter, Graham Walmsley. I've got a Substack, which is grahamwalmsley.substack.com. It's a newsletter. It's a thing. I'm trying it. You should go to DriveThruRPG and buy every single thing I've done. I don't want to mince my words. So just buy them. Buy some copies, send them to your friends. And also later in the year, the thing I'm working on at the moment, I'm going to get this out again. This is Cosmic Dark. This is my game of weird space horror. It's Cthulhu Dark in Space, but it's slightly better. Bridget is freaked out by this game. It's going to be good. I would love your support later in the year when this comes out. And that's me.
Graham, we are so blessed to have you over here. Thank you. And Cosmic Dark is disrespectful. Nic, hit us, baby.
Second that sentiment, Graham, you bastard. I'm Nic Rosenberg. You can find me on the Ain't Slayed Nobody podcast, which you should definitely be listening to, because Bridge is in the main campaign. Where you at? Don't sleep on this. You can check out some of the side campaigns. Those are the ones that I get to play in, which is always a good time. And the Cosmic Dark. I don't know. Am I allowed to say this, Graham?
Yeah.
We did do
a Cosmic Dark game that will be published on the Ainslade feed, coming out I think later in the summer, or maybe sometime after that. But Graham runs it. If you thought this was rough,
honey,
and that's me.
Nic, I love you. I want you to come back every day. Bucho, hit us, baby. We already know what it is.
I'm Bucho. I'm ruined.
Yeah.
Graham, thank you for ruining me.
Yeah.
Nic, thank you for helping.
Yeah.
It's been great having you guys here. You can find me at my Linktree address, currently being posted by the bot. You can find a lot of my paintings. You can find my DJ mixes. You can find my blog. You can find links to both of my books, one of which is a surrealist take on, sci-fi, post-apocalyptic stuff, and then a digitally interactive collection of short stories. So, go buy them. It's good beach reading, a little bit of nightmare fuel too. So, that's me.
Whoo. If you are looking to pick up the Miskatonic Shoreside Conservatory, you can get that in PDF, softcover, or hardcover. I would recommend that you holler at Indie Press Revolution. If you hit their booth or their online stores, they're at cons, they're all over the place. They're absolutely incredible, and they have been amazingly supportive to me as a young and a new publisher. So if you can throw money at Indie Press Revolution, I always support that. We hope you have enjoyed the symphony. We look forward to seeing you again. And before I say have a wonderful night, chat is threatening to riot if we don't do a shared Bucho face. So Nic and Graham,
fuck them hoes.
Can I get you guys just to do one of these? There's your shared Bucho face, Matt. Please don't riot in my goddamn chat. I love you guys. Have a wonderful night. Mwah. Have a great night, guys. Thank you.